Good evening, everybody. How are you all doing,
What's
Mister
up, guys?
Mister Three? How was your How you been doing?
It's been a busy week, man.
Yeah,
Even for just a little 4 day week, it was pretty busy. So,
yeah,
not as busy as it can be or has could have been, but it was busy enough that you know, with the drive and everything else, and I still haven't recouped. So,
10, 11 hour drive will get you. It will definitely get you.
place.
Yeah. Uh, Real quick, we want to thank everyone for joining us last Sunday. Um, we did a little family get together type of deal over at my place, and we decided to do the podcast on Sunday instead of Saturday. And we had special guest LD in the house. We also had Hoopy Star. He was in the house. He was actually one of the producers. Katie Zed was the other producer upstairs. And yeah, we had a real good time. Shelly was here. Mr. Three's better half down here helping out. And we just want to say thanks. Mama T was here. I mean, we had a good little get together, a little family
For brothers and
charade.
sisters, yeah.
Yeah. Um,
So,
but yeah, thank you again for joining us. We know you guys have a lot of your own deals going on with the family and the friends and so on. And on Saturday nights, hey, um, it is what it is. So you might notice that Katie Zed is going to be throwing some stuff in the chat. This is in regards to the uh, England versus Norway FIFA game going on right now. And it's a tie at the end of time or whatever. So I'm guessing they're going to have some type of kickoff, 5 each, and then someone's going to win. And this household is rooting for Norway. Um, However, if the British do win, then we might root for them instead of the French next week. But either way, um, great week, great weekend. Uh, you're absolutely right. There was not enough time to get recouped, but it is what it is, and it is going to be what it's going to be. So,
yeah, because I don't think I rolled in here until I think it was right about noon, 1 o'clock.
yeah, I think you said something like 1:30. I thought, or
It
maybe
was
that's
like
just when you got a hold of me.
that's probably when it was, but um, yeah, when I left there, I drove and drove and drove, and then I got to Bucky's.
Yep.
Uh, I was pretty tired. I'm not gonna lie, I almost had a big boo boo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I grabbed a black handle instead of a green handle.
Oh.
Uh,
Oh.
well, here it's the opposite. So diesel is not in green; it's in black.
Where? Oh, in West Virginia.
Mhm.
Oh, well, that's not
But I
good.
was just tired, and I literally put the black handle in. I literally hit the diesel side of it, pumped it, stopped. I mean, it literally had 0.0 0.3 something gallons in it. It was like maybe a glass,
Yeah, but
right?
if you
It,
hit diesel button, huh?
I don't know. It just started pumping. So,
Interesting, interesting.
but
Uh,
so yeah, I was tired. I think I still drove for about another hour after that,
yeah,
and then I said, I've had enough, and I pulled over to a rest stop. I don't know what restaurant, but I pulled over and I was out for about I don't know an hour,
yeah.
just enough to say, okay, sun's up, I'm out.
There you go. I know
So
you left really early. I stayed up. I know you went to bed. I stayed up with the pups so that when you did get up, they wouldn't be going a little haywire. Real quick, let's say hi to those in the chat. We've got Hoopy Star. He's in the chat. Papa's in the chat. And we got, of course, Mr. Three's popping around in there. Mama T's in the chat. Ace Done Criminals. Appreciate you showing up. For those of you that don't know who Ace is, Ace does a lot of stuff with crime and whatnot. And sometimes he goes over court cases. Sometimes he has stupid criminals such as, I don't know, your Karens and your HOA Karens and little tidbits like that. So go ahead and pop over and say hi to him. And then Katie Zed, she's in the house. She's going to give us some updates on the soccer game. Let's see here. And Colton, your boy. Colton, your boy. New name. I appreciate you showing up. Do you just what you got?
Me?
Yep.
Oh, I was checking to see. I'm pretty sure, because this one's empty. I do have a brand new one sitting over there.
Nice.
The problem is it was the last one on the shelf, so I'm waiting to find out if there was going to be any more brought in this week. And I did promise Mr. Roger a bottle. I also did promise my other brother a bottle, so I'm waiting to see if they're going to get some more in before I do anything with that, and then we're going to have to probably have a coin toss on who gets that bottle.
So what are you going to be drinking tonight then?
I am going to try the Blue Lot, which I believe is from the same people, so the same company.
Nice.
I would like to try that and see if that's just as tasty as the other one. I don't believe it's probably going to be quite as good, but you never know until you try it.
Yeah.
So
I am going to go with some Blade and Bow. It's been a minute since I've had a little bit of that. So I'm going to have some Blade and Bow, and we're going to have a nice, relaxing evening. Nothing crazy, nothing over the top.
This is actually probably going to be the only one I have. So,
real quick, for those of you that are joining us, if you're on a computer, we have Landscape available for you. And for those of you on a phone, we actually have Portrait. So you can watch us while you're sitting on toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we are here doing this. Let's see here. Oh, boy. England scored. All right. We may have to turn the chat off if it keeps going that way. Let's see here. Just real quick, if you're looking for some merch, go to katiez.com and just go to Poor Brothers, and you'll see what we got there. Chris and I have been talking, and we are going to be adding a couple of things to that merch. So be on the lookout for that, and we'll see how that goes. Also, if you got anything for us, just email pourbrothersdecisions@gmail.com, and we will be able to dive in there and, maybe get your topic put on the show. So
yeah, we haven't seen anybody email us yet.
Yeah. So let's see. All right. Cheers, sir. Appreciate you. It was good seeing you down here.
Cheers. I think it's probably aerated enough that I could probably try that.
Pretty good.
Yeah. God damn it. These guys make some good whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not bad at all either.
Is it as smooth as the other one?
It has just a little bit more of a bite to it, but it's pretty damn good. It's pretty smooth.
Good. Do you got anything as far as stuff with the cars or whatnot that you wanted to dive into? Because I got a fairly decent little lineup of stuff with the flock that is highly annoying.
No, not really. I mean, I think I really don't want to get into that right now, just because.
with the cars?
Yeah, just because it kind of it boils me a little bit on a bunch of this stuff. So
Oh yeah.
I'm just trying to.
Well, I'm gonna boil you because I got some stuff that I was looking into. And I'm going, this is fantastic news. So,
Oh, good.
oh no, I'm being sarcastic, asshole.
I know.
All
I know. I know.
right. So before we get into that stuff, we're gonna do a little bit of this day in history. All right, and this day in history, there's actually a couple of cool little tidbits that I didn't realize was on this day. Um, I'm not going to go into any deep dives on any of this, but hey, it is what it is. 1533, Henry VIII was excommunicated. Pope Clement VII excommunicated the English king after he decided to divorce Queen Catherine of Aragon in order to wed Anne Boleyn. So the church said, "You are no longer part of the church. Get the hell out." And, you know, he's the king. Do you think he cared what the church said? Probably not.
Absolutely not.
Let's see.
Especially with the king being the king over the land. So
Yeah. Almost 300 years later is the next thing that pops up for this day in history. 1807. Aaron Burr shoots Alexander Hamilton. So if you're any type of U.S. history buff, those names are going to sound a little familiar. Burr was the vice president of the United States. He challenged Hamilton, the former Secretary of Treasury, to a duel in New Jersey after they had a long, bitter rivalry. Burr had grown to actually hate Hamilton and considered Hamilton to be a treacherous opportunist. Anyway, they decided that they were actually going to do something. He intended to deliberately miss his shot, which would have ended the duel without bloodshed. Now, this is Hamilton. Okay. He didn't want to turn down the challenge, but he didn't actually want to hurt anyone either. Burr did not miss. Wounded Hamilton, who died the next day. Burr was indicted for murder, but never went to trial and remained the vice president until 1805. So back in the day, you had beef, you called them out for a duel, and sudden differences right there, which was kind of interesting. Because sitting vice president goes, I don't like you. Let's go out back. And you went out back and dealt with it. So,
so what would happen if you decided that, okay, well, maybe I don't want to deal with this duel and I just don't want to have any part of it? Are you just basically, in layman's term, losing your manhood at that point, and you're considered kind of a
chicken shit? Yeah.
You'd be labeled as such.
Yeah, but you also have to remember that no one really cares. Like, there's going to be some people that care and they're going to say something about it, but in the big scheme of things, no. I think that Hamilton was like, you know what? I'm going to go do it because I'm not going to back down, but I'm going to miss on purpose. I really don't think he's a good aim, but, it is what it is. But I'm going to show that I'm not a chicken shit, number one. And number two, those that are standing around are going to see, hey, I was there. I showed up. I still stood my ground regardless. So it is what it is when it comes to that. But I'm kind of hoping they bring that back at some point, because I'd like to see a lot of the politicians duel it out. So, yeah. This day, 1914, Babe Ruth debuts in the major leagues.
Wow.
So, he began his legendary career as a pitcher of the Boston Red Sox earned $2,900 in his rookie season.
That's a bunch of money probably back in that day, wasn't it?
Back then, it wasn't too bad. Let's see. Boston would later trade the Bambino to the New York Yankees, where he would go on to be one of the greatest hitters in modern baseball era. So, yeah. Let's see. Have you ever heard of the Terracotta Army? All right.
No.
So, in 1974, the Terracotta Army is discovered, consisting of more than 6,000 life-size figures of warriors. The army was unearthed by Chinese archaeologists near the site of the ancient capital, Zion. The warriors were created to guard the tomb of the first Qing dynasty emperor in 206 BCE. The army and burial site covered more than 3 acres. All right, so imagine a bunch of clay statues, and all of the statues are different. Like there was no mold that you had like 20 or 30 of the same guy in a different pose or something. That just wasn't there. The emperor had these buried with him, and there's over 6,000 statues. Some of the statues also had horses and chariots and stuff like that. There was also a lot of mercury found there, and no one knew it was there. Like some farmer come across it, and then they started digging, and they kept finding these life-sized statues of the Terracotta Army. Matter of fact, I wonder.
Haven't they depicted that in movies?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So inadvertently, yes, I do know a little bit.
So let's see if I can pull a somewhat of a okay picture of it. There we go. Let's try that one. Haha. This will work just fine. So if you take a look at, can you see it?
Yeah, it's a little small, but yeah, I can see it.
Well, let's see here. Let's go with that. So all of these are life-sized. Why is it not showing my mouse?
Are you pointing to the one on the right?
Yeah, the far right there.
Yep.
Interesting. Normally it shows the mouse. It's not showing it tonight. I apologize, peoples. Then you got this one, another view. So
There's
when they
your
started,
mouse.
say again?
There's your mouse.
Oh, there it is. So you can see it's underneath this dome structure here. When they started finding all these and they started unearthing them, they built this over the top of it to preserve it as best they could.
Right.
And they're all life-sized, and they're all different. Let's see.
So it makes me wonder if the reason they were able to make them all different was because they were modeling them after actual individuals.
That is part of the theory, to be honest.
That's pretty wild. That's cool.
Yeah. And like I said, they had not only just the guys standing around, the warriors, but they also had the chariots and all that other stuff. And you can see how detailed they are.
Yeah, I am in agreement. How long would that have taken to make?
Oh, no one knows. That's the problem. There's so little about this that people actually know of. It's absolutely stunning, when you look at all this and the different poses that they're in. So, hey Jen, how you doing? Well, yeah. So that's what the Terracotta Army is, and that was discovered. What year did I say? 1974. So this is like a really, really recent discovery when it comes to something that's over 2,000 years old.
Yeah, that's
So
pretty wild.
let's see, 1979, Skylab, the first American space station, came crashing down back to Earth in the Indian Ocean. And Australia just kind of burnt up as debris. And then, oh, you want to hear something funny? On this date in 1981, in the United States, this became the first case in history in which a woman was ordered to pay alimony to her former husband.
Nice.
Her name was Neva Rockefeller. They had so much money, they like, nah, you got to share that with him. And that's about the better of the interesting ones. There's a couple of other ones here that are not as interesting as far as I'm concerned. And since I'm reading the book, what I say goes.
How is the Heat doing?
On the Jeep,
Yeah, how's the Jeep doing?
it is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't drive it the last 2 days. I need to get a new headlight. Quick, easy fix. I just need to get the headlight. But no, even after you left, after we got the AC going and everything, and we kind of did what we did with that, it started getting kind of cold in it. Like it just woke up and said, "Oh, this is what I'm supposed to do." So I was like,
that doesn't make sense to me, but I mean,
I don't care if it makes sense or not.
I suppose maybe if like an orifice tube or something was a little wonky on it, like maybe a little plugged up. I don't know.
Yeah, and it worked itself loose. You know, the thermostat in there decided to open all the way up.
Well, it's just it's just a tube with a bunch of holes in it. It's an orifice tube. So I mean, I don't know. Either way, hopefully it's not too full, or it's not. I mean, obviously it's not too empty because it's getting cold. So
right. And no, it's doing good. I got to make a run in the morning back to work for about an hour ish. So I'll take the Jeep in the morning. Hopefully, it'll be just light enough out to where I won't get in trouble for not having a headlight. But I want to make sure I run it every now and again. And then, yeah, it's been doing great. I really appreciate the help on that. And again, people, I was right. You got to take the entire front end of the Jeep off in order to get the damn radio. I would have been lost. So glad I waited because I'd have screwed that up, lost parts, and then Chris been like, nope.
It wouldn't have been that bad. You could have.
Yeah,
it would have.
No.
There wasn't that much there.
I am smarter than that. I know my limitations.
You only need to do it once or twice to know how to do it.
Yep.
There wasn't that much there.
Yeah, there was. Yes, there was. All right. So anyway, no, it's doing good. I appreciate that.
No, I just wanted to make sure it was still top notch for you.
It is, and I'll be taking it for a little run around Sioux in the morning for a little bit. Oh, and remember that popcorn ceiling in the living room? Our popcorn ceiling in the living room?
Okay.
Yeah, that's all gone now. They're coming back tomorrow, and they're going to finish up and then paint, and we're all good. So got all that damn popcorn off the ceiling in the living room. Can't stand it.
Never paid attention, to be honest with you. I didn't even know. Didn't even know. And I was there.
Yeah. So, but no, I think right after you left, because you left on Monday morning.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Monday night, we ended up going to dinner with the neighbors and watching a little bit of soccer at dinner.
How was he feeling? Better?
Yeah, he was feeling a little better. Yeah, he's feeling a little better. But yeah, we ended up watching a little bit. Came home and I had to be back at work 5:30, 5 o'clock, 5:30 on Tuesday.
Didn't you say you were without power for a little bit?
Yep. On what day? On Monday. Yeah,
It was Monday.
it was Monday. About the time you got to the house, back to your home, for whatever reason the power went out like completely. We're like, oh, okay, cool, and go running around.
Did you guys get the storm or no?
No, there really wasn't a storm.
Oh.
Nothing crazy. I mean, we've had other ones come through, didn't lose power. I think it just happened at the right place, or there was people working on lines. And I'm more leaning towards someone was working on the lines because it was very limited on the power outage. And we have lines that are underground, so we don't typically have that type of issue. And if we do, it's usually limited to just a couple of minutes, and it lasted a couple hours. So, but I did get to go back to the Tractor Supply and look around and poke around a little bit. So that was good.
Did you get one?
No. So the power came back on, and I was going to get a smaller generator. I don't have a small generator. I was going to get a small one. The one that I really want is the one that's got the ability to do gas or propane.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw one. I'm like, yeah, but do I want to do that now? Do I want to wait and get a better one? And then the power came back on. We're like, all right, we're going to set aside and really focus on which one we want. So
I know that I'm behind because I would like to have a whole house generator here just due to snow and
oh yeah,
winter months here. So if I lose out on that, I am
whole house generator though. Going to be a penny. It's going to be a pretty penny.
Yeah. I'm taking it easy. I just put a brand new unit on my house a year and a half, 2 years ago. So I had the whole furnace replaced, and then the house didn't have AC. It had window units. So we got rid of the window unit for down here. And then, when we had the furnace put in, we had AC put in. So we now have AC in the main part of the cabin.
Oh, that's good.
I still have to figure out what to do upstairs. We're still utilizing a window unit up there, but we're using one of the new U-channel ones.
Yes,
it's I think Medea makes it or something, but it's a U-channel. So
the window actually can close
on it. Yeah, so the motor side of it's outside of it, so it's not inside to where you can hear it. And it is by far the absolute best thing that we did, because for the first 3 years we were here, we were using that.
Yeah, those window units.
We were using that Medea unit here, but it wasn't the U-shaped channel one. It was just a standard window unit. So you had to close the window on up towards the top of it, and you had to fill in the sides, and it just made it super, super, super noisy, and it made it hard to sleep in the summertime with that thing going. But once you got a couple weeks in or 3 weeks in, it kind of
it turned into white noise.
It never turned into white noise because I never really actually ever slept all that well with it, but you started to get used to it. But boy, I tell you what, when you got rid of them, you had to have some sort of white noise because of how loud the damn thing was.
Yeah, I imagine.
In the wintertime. So I'd like to get a whole house, but as soon as I knock the soon as I knock the AC part of that down quite a ways, I might be able to,
Look at the generator.
yeah, look at getting a whole house generator for it. I still have to figure out calculation wise what I'm going to need, but
I'm looking at getting a generator where I can run the refrigerator, the freezer, washing machine, not the dryer, washing machine, and maybe a couple other small appliances, or be able to like computer or whatnot if something does happen. So that smaller generator, that's that dual purpose one, uh, I believe that it would be enough to do all that for a while.
you probably
It's
couldn't do multiple things at once, but you could probably do one at
oh,
a time.
they actually have um, larger models that would do multiple.
Sure.
Um, and what you would do is you have to have an electrician come in and do this, but on your actual circuit breaker panel, you can have it to where you plug into that, you turn off what you don't want, and it doesn't backfeed back to the city either. So you're not giving them free power.
Right.
Yeah. But it will have certain things on. So looking into doing that so that I don't have to worry as much, if something does happen about losing a refrigerator full of food, freezer full of food, something like that.
So I thought about that too, just doing something small like that. But if it happens to me in the wintertime,
Oh, you could be a week, 2 weeks.
it could be. But
Yeah.
also on top of that, I'm looking at running a heater. That's kind of my goal.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yep.
with as much power as that's going to take,
Yeah.
and then also my hot water heater is not, it's not an electric one. It is propane.
Oh, that's good.
Or no, actually, it is electric.
Oh,
It is. My stove is the only thing that's propane. So it's the only thing I have in my house that's propane. So I kind of thought about maybe flip-flopping that and making it to where my hot water heater would be propane.
okay.
But anyways, with that being said, the only reason I decided on doing something smaller would just be because if I had to have power in the wintertime, the heater is going to be the one that's going to take up most of it anyways.
Oh, absolutely.
Whether it be the furnace side of that, which is propane, because my furnace is electric, but it runs off propane. So, and then my stove is propane.
Now,
But in order to run those, you got to have electricity. Maybe not so much the stove, but the heater does.
do you also have a fireplace?
Mhm.
That's something that
It is occupied currently with a pellet stove.
Oh,
So the pellet stove is electric.
gotcha.
And then I also have baseboard heating.
Right.
So I would like to, at some point, go through this house, and I would like to pull all of the baseboard stuff out of it, the baseboard heating,
Okay.
and free up probably a good 35 to 40% of my panel backup because it's full with all of
For
those.
all the baseboard heaters.
Yeah, because I have a ton of them here.
Interesting.
So, but yeah, I would have to do the same thing, and I would have to have an electrician come out, and then I'd have to have him do the converter box and all that, and have it put into where, if I needed to, I could flip the switch and plug in my.
Right.
But
if you get one of the bigger ones, though, those are already pre-plumbed. Like they drop those Generac systems in, and they already get it wired to the house and everything, so that all you got to do is flip this switch off, flip this switch on, and your house is back up and running.
Or if you're even lazier than lazier than that, which I'm pretty lazy, it should just automatically kick on after a certain period of time of the grid power being out. It'll just go poof. Okay, there's no power. I'm kicking on. Let's go.
But that comes down to the thing that you want to make sure you're not giving away free power.
Well, and the way that I understood it is, if it's loses power, the generator should kick on automatically, and then I would continue to take power, or I would continue to have power.
Yep.
And then if the city comes back, the grid heat stuff comes back, then my generator should just shut back off because it should sense that.
Be nice if it did.
I'm pretty sure that's the way they're set up.
It'd suck if it didn't. So, yeah.
I should have got that one and brought it to you. That's pretty damn good.
Is it? I know we finished that other one.
It didn't even take us 24 hours.
No, we got rid of that one pretty quick. That was pretty good stuff.
That was a good night, though.
Yeah. That was a fun night. I'm sure that Hoopy Star has a couple of good memories from that night as well.
So anyway, sorry, didn't mean to do that.
Go for it. No. Let's see. We've got pay enough, and it does all that for you. Yeah, it does. When you're talking about those generators, I'm sure they've got it set up to where it doesn't backfeed, and you don't give away free stuff to anyone. What? There was something else I wanted to. Oh, you know what it was? Today's the 11th, so 2 days ago, Pops had a birthday. I ended up having to work really late that night and didn't get a chance to talk with him until after work. But he sent that picture of that carrot cake. Man, that looked delicious.
I could taste it.
Yeah, that damn carrot cake. I was like, damn it.
I was talking to him today about it a little bit more, and
oh yeah,
I said, they make little containers that you could put dry ice in.
Oh, you can send that
stuff. Because he was talking about, oh yeah, I just cut that up, put it in the freezer, and I'm saving that. When I want a piece, I just pull it out, let it defrost. And I'm like,
yeah.
You could freeze that, and then you could put it in a container with dry ice, like they send food and stuff in, legit.
Yeah,
and then you
overnight.
Could send us a piece.
Overnight it. I mean,
even in a couple of days, because that dry ice lasts a couple of days.
I would rather just not risk it, because one of them damn UPS drivers or FedEx drivers or whatnot is going to eat it. So, your fender, that fender flare, how'd that? All good? Good.
Spot on.
Nice. Did you get that fixed already?
Tuesday, when I went back into the shop, and I was at the end of the day dragging my ass across the ground.
And said, I'm going to put this on now.
Yep. So,
well, my big adventures was coming back, and they're like, hey, we didn't want to bother you while you're doing your thing, but this is broke, this is broke, this is broke. I'm like, damn it. Gotta fix this. And I'm okay with the stuff that I know how to do. I can figure out some of the stuff that I have an idea about. But there's one thing I was like, I have no clue what I'm doing here. And I'm looking around going, there's no one else that's going to be able to help me out with this. So I sat down and I looked at it and went, all right. Does the Google machine have a hint on what direction I need to go? Yeah, it pointed me in the right direction. So I'm looking, all right. And I got to get up and going, and everything was good and everything was gravy. And I'm like, all right, cool. I needed that win because.
So how does that go? What's the old saying? Fake it till you make it.
Oh, absolutely. That is the only way to get through life. Those that are running around with all that knowledge in their head, they can go sit and spin. I'm all about let's get in here and let's figure it out and fake it until you make it.
So that's kind of not fair either, because like Pops and I, we have a lot of
No,
background knowledge.
But you learned that over time.
Mhm.
You had to learn that. Other people just, just do this. And it's like, where'd you learn how to do that? I don't know. I read it. I saw it on TV. I watched a YouTube video, and they're just really good at it. It's like, no, get out of here with that nonsense. You got to fail. You got to stub your toe. You got to whack your knuckles while you're up underneath something. You got to lose a finger.
I got cuts all over myself.
Exactly. You learned
from doing mechanical stuff. I am scarred up, and I wear them proudly. So
yes,
I'm not going to wear them proudly for too long because I don't want to keep doing that.
But you earned it, and you faked it until you made it.
Yes.
So, and yes, you learned stuff along the way to where you didn't have to necessarily fake it. But damn it, you walk in and you just do it.
So here's something I didn't know that Pops did.
What's that?
So
there's something you didn't know that Pops knew.
I know.
Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I hate to break it to you.
There's a lot.
Yes.
Understood. But on the grand scheme of things, as far as basic engine is concerned,
yeah,
you have an inline 6 or an inline 4, so straight inline.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have your V pattern. So you have your V6 and your V8. V10,
you also have a
V12.
W. You have the W engines also.
I know about W heads, but not engines. I'm going to say you're probably right because you're like, I'm going to prove you wrong right
I
now.
am overconfident, so I'm going to look it up.
Anywho's.
Yeah.
I had a problem with a vehicle where it was telling me that the bank 1 was too lean at idle, and bank 1 was too lean at idle, and then bank 2 was too lean at idle on an inline 6. So how can you have two different banks? There's only one bank on an inline motor, but on a V6 or V8, V10, V12, you have two banks. You have left bank and right bank.
Right.
Okay, so my basic understanding of that was there's no way you could have two banks
on an
inline vehicle. Well, apparently you can.
Okay. How?
Especially if it's a turbo vehicle. And it being
the turbo would act as the other bank?
No, it would be a twin turbo setup. So in a straight line, let's just make it easy, which most of them are. You're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 on an inline 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on an inline 6. 1, 2, and 3 turbo. 4, 5, and 6 secondary turbo. They're going to consider 1 through 3 in it as bank 1, and they're going to consider 3 through 6 as bank 2.
Okay.
So somehow in that whole setup, the first 3 cylinders are somewhat separated from the last 3 cylinders.
But they're also probably somewhat connected in order to have a high and a low?
I don't know yet because I don't understand how they can separate the 2 cylinders to have a bank 1 and a bank 2, because there legitimately is 4 oxygen sensors. There's 2 upstreams and there's 2 downstreams. So they're monitoring the first half and the second half with the O2 sensors.
Interesting.
So with that being said, I did not realize that was a possibility, which, okay, it is great. I learned something new, which I love. But Pops was the one that said, hey, it's a twin turbo. They're probably running the first 3 and the last 3. So
and you went, huh?
Yeah, and I say, you know what? it actually kind of makes sense because visually remembering in my head where the turbos were set up, because they're both on the same side, I remember seeing that turbo, then I seen the one right behind it. I went, okay. So you're going to have two cats. It's kind of weird. It's not like a standard exhaust manifold.
Yeah.
There isn't an exhaust manifold. It's a turbo flange manifold.
Oh.
Built into the head block area. Okay, it's built into the head. So you have a turbo manifold in here, and then you have a turbo manifold here, and the turbos mount to that, and then they go down into the cat. Each one of them goes down in their own cat, and then somewhere down the exhaust line, they go into one, and then go into one going out.
No kidding.
Yeah, so it's pretty trick, right?
Someone sat there and designed that and took a lot of time making sure it worked.
And I'm sure it's probably been that way for a while because Pops has been out of this for a long time.
Right.
So, but he knew. Yeah. So I just never paid that close attention to.
Well, also, like, how many inline sixes or inline fours do you work on, comparatively speaking? Like, if you had to put out of 100 cars that you work on, how many of those is going to be an inline six or an inline four? One? Half a one?
No, because Mopar Stellantis came out with their inline six, and it's fairly new, but it's been out for quite a few years now.
Okay.
Which is their, they have their twin turbo, and then they have their twin turbo high output. Now their twin turbo puts out just as much as a Hemi does.
Yeah.
It actually puts out a little bit more horsepower and torque.
Because they were talking about putting that, was it inline six twin turbo in like the Challenger or something?
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
And they put the actual high output one in it, which is 500 something horsepower.
On an inline six.
Yes.
Which is a smaller engine than what the Hellcat engine is.
Oh, yeah.
Which, take the inline six, put it in, I don't know, a Mini Cooper, and half the weight, third of the weight. Anyway,
I just wanted to say to Pops that I think I figured out what was wrong with my problem child that I couldn't figure out, and I've been stumped on for a couple of days.
Oh.
We're gonna see if what I found was the problem. So, because apparently the purge valve, which is what purges the gases and stuff from the fuel tank and also some other unspent vapors, they can actually make the vehicle go lean. And the purge valve is controlling, obviously, both banks. So,
okay,
because it's hooked up on both sides, I should say. There's whatever. Anyways, there's two. So, the purge valve to me, and the consensus was to the other tech that the purge valve wasn't operating as it should. So, anyways,
replace the purge valve and see if that works. All right, so back to my W engine. You know what the inline engine is, you know what the V engine is. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The W engine is V engine split them into two angled banks forming the V and W. So they put them side by side to put two V's together and made the W. So that's all they did. They just took the concept of a V engine and put it side by side with itself and made the W engine.
Interesting.
Yeah. And I don't remember what vehicle I had originally seen that with, but I want to say it was some exotic car. They might have something up here. Da-da-da. They're essentially two narrow angle V engines placed side by side in a single crankshaft, creating a cross section that resembles a W. Yeah, okay. Bugatti, Bentley, Continental, the Bugatti Chiron. They demand the power, but they lack the longitudinal space for a traditional long engine. So they took that long engine, the V8, turned it into a V4, put two V4s next to each other, made it a W4 or a W8. I don't know. Anyway, they did that. I remember it was an exotic car.
So W3, W6, W8, and W12.
Yeah. So
Interesting.
yeah. So a W12, that'd be a 24 cylinder.
I don't know.
W2.
I honestly, I knew of like W heads that were put on
Right.
vehicles. I think maybe Oldsmobile was one of them. So Chevrolet platform.
Yep.
Maybe a Dodge platform. I don't remember. But I didn't know they had W engines. So now I am going to have to go and look that stuff up and understand that.
So I had something that you didn't know.
Dude, shit.
That's crazy. No, I just happen to like some of
Every
those.
dog has its day, right?
Well, that's true. I've had a lot of days, so I'm kind of wondering how many I've got left.
You got
By the way, Mexican Pepsi tastes so much better than regular Pepsi, just like Mexican Coke tastes better than regular Coke.
the fuck was that?
What was it?
Sound like somebody just beat on a drum.
Well,
Like,
it's like a freaking full liter of cola. A liter of cola.
yeah,
Yeah.
there it is. You're
So,
kind of neat.
but yeah, no, the when you're talking about the inline engines, what I was referring to was Dad probably worked on a little bit more back in the day because they were more prevalent.
Oh yeah.
Um,
I
So
mean,
that-
hell, they
that-
had inline sixes for a long time, but
yeah, it was probably just something that was in the back of his head, and he started talking about it, and he went,
how many
Oh.
inline sixes were a single turbo even at even that? So I can't really.
"No, I'm just saying the
Awesome.
concept of it being split front and back."
The only reason you would split that would be to turbo the vehicle. That'd be the only reason. A
Really?
standard, yeah, because the standard inline six is got a exhaust manifold that's all
So-
one. There's
So
an
it wouldn't
intake
have two banks to it?
No.
Really?
Nope.
I figure you'd still want to have the two banks.
That's why it was so fucking confusing.
Huh.
Because when you put the manifold along the driver's side where the intake and exhaust would be at,
Right.
that's where it all goes out. It all gets collected in that one singular manifold. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 all exit out of that same manifold. Where on a turbo situation, it's not that way. 1, 2, and 3 exit out 1, 3, 4, 5, and 3, 4,
4, 5, 6.
4, 5, 6 would exit out the other, which would then be separated into its own category as far as being bank 1 or bank 2.
Now, what would be the purpose of having them separated? Why would you need to?
I honestly can't tell you. My thought process on that would be maybe for power balance between the first and second turbos.
Okay.
I don't.
I mean,
I'm not
that
exactly.
does make sense. You're probably onto something there. I don't know.
I don't know.
What you said makes sense.
I don't know enough about the new Hurricane twin turbo motor yet to know. I haven't actually had the opportunity to sit down and go through all of it and figure out what it is that they've done and why they've done what they've done. I know it's been out for a few years, but I don't know.
Yeah. Just so everyone is aware, England has taken out the Vikings. Norway is out of the running for the FIFA challenge. So,
Yeah, we seen
oh
that
well.
in the notes there.
Oh well. It is what it is.
So yeah, interesting.
No, it is interesting.
I know they've been doing turbos on 4 cylinders for a long time.
Mhm.
I know they've been doing turbos on 6 cylinders for a long time, but
Yep.
not your. Most times it's been aftermarket. Not too many manufacturers were. I mean, there were manufacturers making cars with turbos, and they've been doing it for a little while, obviously. But
It's been more and more lately because
they've
they're
had them
making
for quite a while. But it's just in the
the
early,
engine smaller.
and they are, and I am now under the understanding of why. So do you remember back in the day when we were when mom and dad were driving, and I don't know, how much do you know about oil consumption?
Okay. Yeah.
Do you know what oil consumption is?
Yeah. It's the normal burn off.
So back in the early 70s,
Mhm.
mid to 70s, late 70s, did you ever, even into the 80s and 90s, did you ever hear of vehicles with oil consumption problems? It was never really an issue.
No,
If
the only thing that
so, if you
if you had
remember,
a leak or something, if that's where
or if you had an oil consumption problem, it was because you had bad rings or you had
bad gasket. Or, yeah.
bad valve seats. So,
Right.
but you would physically see the blue smoke for burning oil,
Correct.
but you didn't have an oil consumption problem like they have nowadays.
So back in the day, the oil consumption problem, what I would consider that is the normal burning off the oil, but due to other aspects such as, like you said, the bad gasket, bad valves, but something caused it to come out of the closed system and burn off that way.
Correct. So
Okay.
back in the day, you could run your 3,000 miles on your oil change. And when you
Yeah.
went to go do your oil change, you would get 95 to 97% of your oil back.
Right. Yes.
So virtually zero oil consumption.
Unless you had a problem.
Nowadays standard is in 5 to 7,000 miles, it's okay to lose a quart of oil
So
every 1,000 miles, 1,500 miles.
average vehicle takes 6 quarts.
Yeah,
So
depending.
you can lose 1/6 of the oil.
So what I'm saying is they're saying normal oil consumption.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Every 1,500 miles is about a quart now.
So
You can't even make it through a full freaking, like, they want you to change your oil at 70, let's just say 7,500 miles now. It's okay to lose up to a quart every 1,500 miles. And then you have to put a quart of oil in it. So you're not even getting a chance to change your oil.
wait. Hold up. Let me make sense of this here. What you're telling me is
On these newer vehicles, they're
they
saying that
they
it is
burn the oil enough to where you lose a quart every 1,500 miles,
potentially you can, yes.
right? Which means that if you are supposed to do it every 5,000 miles, so 1,500 miles, 1,500 miles, That's 3,000 miles. So that's 2 quarts,
You're going to be putting about 2.5 quarts in.
3 quarts in, because 4,500 is going to be another quart, and you're supposed to do it at. How bad is it for your engine to be 3 quarts down?
It's very bad.
Oh, but they're not telling people this.
They're saying that the oil consumption is okay, and they've been conditioning us for this. They've been conditioning the consumers for years, probably since late 70s. Probably not even late 70s. It might have only been in like it might have been the early 90s.
I'm having an issue with the math not mathing. You're telling me, let's just say the engine, a standard engine, 6 quarts, okay? I have a vehicle that takes 6 quarts of oil. They're telling me that I don't have to come in until 5,000 miles. Don't worry about coming in until 5,000 miles. You're good.
I think the standard is 72 to 75 right now. We as a dealership tell you every 5,000 miles because we don't believe that you should extend your oil.
Well, not if you're losing a quart every 1,500.
That doesn't happen to all cars.
The fact that it happens.
It happens, okay, and it doesn't matter if it's GM, it doesn't matter if it's Stellantis, it doesn't matter if it's Ford, the big three, it doesn't matter if it's Hyundai, it doesn't matter if it's Honda. They're all saying at this particular point, if your oil consumption is about a quart
every 1,500 miles,
1,500 miles or so, you're still within spec. The motor's fine.
It's not, though, because they're telling you not to come in until 7, and then they're going to turn around and go, hey, you ran it out of oil. That's on you. That's not part of the warranty.
Mm-hmm. Do you know what's causing it?
I don't. Now I'm really curious, to be honest, because that shit's got to get fixed.
So on the pistons, there's an oil ring.
Okay.
Okay. They have made the oil ring to where, so back in the early days, the oil rings used to be real stout. They used to be real springy, so they push against the cylinder wall.
Yeah,
and that's what would scrape the wall free of the oil. Okay, that's what kept your oil on the bottom side. Okay,
and
it would lubricate, but as it would go up,
it would squeegee it back down.
It would squeegee it back down.
Yeah,
it would go back up and go back down. And that's what was lubricating everything.
Okay.
Right?
Are you telling me they don't make them
so what they're doing
tolerances now?
Well, what I'm saying is those rings aren't that tight anymore because when they make them just a little bit looser, you don't have the friction. So now you're gaining on MPGs. So you're getting better fuel economy. Right?
The logic there is like, I don't know, a hot dog in a hallway.
What I'm saying, though, is it's not necessarily it's a combination of things, okay? So it's not just the oil ring that's supposed to be scraping the oil. What's happening is because of also of the carbon buildup and everything else, the carbon
right
up the top of pistons, it's seeping down, it's getting into those oil rings, it's clogging them up. So now you're getting your oil consumption because it's allowing it to go past that and go up and out, and it burns it. And then the reason you don't see the blue smoke is because the catalytic converter is doing its job and it's fucking burning off the oil and it's coming out clean. Hence the reason why we're starting to see more catalytic converters fail these days. There's a whole bunch of
they got too many hot dogs running down the hallway.
But it's an old racer's trick is what it broke down to, because the racers wouldn't want the piston to be that tight because you're losing it's friction, so you're losing horsepower and you're losing
miles per gallon, which means that you can run the race a little bit longer. And
well, there's that, but also just running in a straight line for racing, Who cares about MPGs at that point? If the piston's a little bit sloppier, you don't have that much drag on the piston going up and down, you're freeing up horsepower. As minute as it is, you're freeing up horsepower, and that was just an old drag racing thing. So what they've done is they've made the oil thinner, they've made the rings a little less, the oil ring a little less. It doesn't hit the cylinder wall tight anymore to scrape all that oil back down. So in turn, the carbon starts coming around, starts plugging up those carbon rings or the oil rings, and the oil rings get stuck.
We're basically giving our cars, I don't know, a cholesterol fucking blockage.
Yeah. So in the standard world right now, if you're losing about a quart, half a quart every 1,500 miles, the standard is the engine's operating as it should. Don't worry about it. Just keep oil in it. But yet you can't make it through an oil change.
Yeah.
Hence the reason why on my Jeep, I do my oil change every 3,000 miles. Okay? And
Yep.
on my pickup truck that I know can go 10 to 12,000 miles, I do every 5,000 fucking miles.
Right. And yeah,
I'm
you're
also going in
wasting.
there and I'm looking and making sure I'm still of the old school fashion. Get in there, pull your dipstick, check your oil.
Once a week.
Yeah.
What is wrong with the world? Well,
You
I
see
thought-
why I didn't want to fucking get into this shit? Because it's so fucking frustrating for
it's
the goddamn
aggravating.
consumer. You know, they don't understand at that level why they're losing the oil, and it's because they've been fucking us from fucking day one. This EPA bullshit.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay, you got to get better fuel mileage. Well, okay, so here's an example. What was it? The average between all of the automakers was like 13.1, okay, on the MPGs in, say, 78, 79, okay? Across the board, everybody was getting, on average, 13.1 miles per gallon, okay?
Yep.
In 95, what were we getting?
Oh, I have no clue.
Like 25.3 or 25.4 miles to the gallon, okay?
Yeah, because
And here we are in 2026. What is our MPGs?
it went
Across the
down
board, it's 27. We've gained 2 freaking MPGs roughly
over the past 30 years.
in past 30 years.
Yeah.
That is why I'm saying they have scammed us and started conditioning us probably from about the early 90s until today. Because they've taken those
And I
oil
bet
scraping
Pops
rings.
would say probably the early 80s.
No, because like I said, in 78, 79, the average MPG was 13.1.
Right.
In 95, it was 24, 25 something MPGs per gallon, okay?
Right.
And
But
now
I'm saying that
in 30 years later, we've only gone up 2 or 3 miles per gallon on average between all the makes. How they've been doing this and or have known this since at least 95.
correct.
Prior.
And I'm saying that Pops probably saw it on certain vehicles as early as the early 80s because you have states like California with these regulations that they started rolling in. You got rid of your gas. You had gas, and then they said, "Oh, here's unleaded." So you had leaded or unleaded, and you had to choose between leaded or unleaded. You had diesel, but leaded or unleaded, and then they got rid of the leaded. Oh, it's so bad for everything.
But I guess what fucking pisses me off more than anything is back in the day, you used to buy a fucking car, and you could take your car 3,000 miles. You never had to worry about the oil unless you had a fucking oil leak.
Right.
Then
Absolutely.
but the standard practice was still, even if you didn't have a leak, you still went out and looked to see what your oil was. That's just the way the standard practice was forever. You always made sure you had oil in your car. Just like you always made sure you had freaking gas in your car, because if you didn't have gas, you weren't going nowhere.
Yeah.
If you didn't have oil in your car, it'd make a bunch of noise, it'd blow the hell up, you weren't going nowhere.
And then it went really quiet.
Yeah, deafening quiet. But now you can't do that, because you can't even go 1,500 miles without worrying at the possibility that you've lost a quart of oil. And I'm not saying all cars are doing it, because they're not all doing it. But there are cars out there that are that way, and it comes from all of the manufacturers,
Yeah.
including mine. There is a standard for oil consumption, and they will run that standard, and it's always 1,000 miles that they'll run that standard.
So
If at 1,000 miles, if you've lost oil, then there's probably going to be a problem. So the fact that you can't go a fucking oil change interval without worrying about putting oil in your fucking car,
yeah.
that means you're spending more fucking money on top of them going to get an oil change at your fucking oil change interval, which pretty much has been fucking changed aside from a filter. So now you're buying all the oil and a new filter at the same time. Again.
Can you tell me which car maker brand is the one that you can't even do your own oil change anymore? And that Mercedes? Like, they've locked it up to where you have to take it to someone to do it, because you can't get to it without doing a whole bunch of other stuff.
I don't know that Mercedes or anybody has gotten that fucking ballsy to do it yet. I know that you can't, like on ours, you could still change your own oil, but it's a pain in the ass to reset the oil indicator.
Yeah, there's also, I thought it was Mercedes that had internal filter, to where they had an external filter, but they also had an internal filter, but you couldn't get to it without special tools.
I know, like Ferrari and Lamborghini and Bugatti, those guys are just outrageous. They have like fucking 10 different fucking oil plugs to get all the oil out of a car.
Yep, I saw that too.
So I would say on more of the exotic stuff like that, yeah. But as far as I know, on a Mercedes or BMW or any of the big three, or like Nissan, Toyota, Honda, Hyundai, Kia, as far as I know, all of those you can still change your own oil in, at least to this day.
I want to say they're more of the upper echelon of cars. So it would be Mercedes and above, maybe Cadillac and above, the upper echelon as far as that goes. And
I haven't heard anything on Mercedes.
I think that there's one of them that is like the regular consumer could not go and change their own oil. Like, there's just no way for them to do it.
I don't know.
I'd have to look it up more. Yeah, Pops is saying that the day they put the catalytic converter to burn the fuel in the exhaust instead of the cylinder, yeah, that's probably the day it all started. He had there's a 76 Honda Civic, got almost 50 miles per gallon on the highway back in the 70s. See, they just don't make them like they used to.
Nah, man, they don't. It's just terrible.
Didn't we talk about the first electric car?
I mean, maybe.
Like the 1800s?
Oh, yeah, they had electric shit way back in the day.
Yep. So, all right, let's get off of cars. That way your blood pressure come back down a little bit.
Good luck. Because you're just going to probably piss me off with the flock stuff now.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely it. Flock you and flock that. Let me preface this with the fact that you're going to hear a lot of people talking about flock and how it is just added security. It is security. It is nothing more than helping with the security. All right. Do you want security or do you want freedom? Because the only entity that can give you both security and freedom is yourself.
Goddamn right.
Everyone else, okay, especially government, whether it be local, whether it be federal, doesn't matter, okay? You are either going to have security or you are going to have freedom. They are not going to give you both. It's just the way it is, okay? They don't have the capability of providing you both freedom and security. Now, having worked security a lot, I understand that there are certain things in order to keep someone safe, I have to restrict what they do.
This is restricting their freedom.
And that's how you have to look at it. In order for me to keep you safe, I have to restrict your movements in one way, fashion, or another. Okay? Because if something does pop off, I am moving you the way that I need to move you in order to keep you safe. But you've lost that freedom of being able to do what you need to do or what you want to do.
You've lost your freedom of movement.
Correct. It's the same thing with those flock cameras. Okay. They keep throwing this damn security thing up there. But what they're doing is it's all surveillance. And none of their security that they keep throwing out there is anything more than reaction. Okay. You can either be proactive, which is being ahead of any situations, or you can be reactive, or what I like to call a first responder. When have you ever seen an ambulance show up, grab someone, and prevent a heart attack? When have you ever seen a cop show up and prevent a bank robbery because he knew it was going to happen? He got there first. It's all about reacting. Okay. They are utilizing the security system, these flock cameras, as a tool for their reaction. They could do a little bit of digging and okay. The concept behind the flock cameras, it's not a bad concept. What's bad is the abuse. What's bad is the fact that they have said, oh, well, we need to put these everywhere because we need to provide more security. They're not providing security, they're providing surveillance. What's going to end up happening is they're going to be able to dictate, hey, you've gone this way too many times, and we're going to shut your car off now. Because the flock cameras will be able to talk to whatever, and whatever will be able to talk to your car, and now you can't leave your house. Okay? The information that these cameras can gather and spread is phenomenal. People don't realize how much information LPR cameras can give. Now, here's the other thing. Something that I learned yesterday. There are some LPR systems out there that's not flock, where they actually have a team that's monitoring the cameras. That way, if something were to happen, let's say at a grocery store, okay, in the parking lot of the grocery store, they see something happen on the camera, the individuals in the security can call the police or the ambulance or whatever is needed, even before maybe someone that's on the ground does. Okay? That is a proactive security type situation. Physically monitoring the cameras 24/7.
Okay? It'd be just like if a prison guard was watching cameras for the prisons.
Correct. But let's say this right here is for a shopping center. The shopping center has a vested interest in keeping the stores and the parking lot and
So-
everyone that's on as safe as possible. So they hire a company, put these cameras in, and the cameras are monitored by real life people that can make a decision to call emergency services. Okay. It is not this flock system, which just throws the cameras up and lets a computer, AI, have its way with it. There is no one monitoring them 24/7, and that's going to be able to help you. It is all after the fact that they pull the footage and this and that and the other.
No, they're banking on the AI to be smart enough to figure it out, and the AI is not that far into it yet for it to be that smart.
Well, even with
In my
that,
opinion,
they don't necessarily want that liability yet of having the AI make decisions of calling this, that, or the other. Not yet. But what you do have is you have cops, you have homeowners associations, okay? Because it's not just the local municipalities that have the ability to get a flock system. Your HOA can put a flock system in your HOA and they can monitor those cameras within your neighborhood. How many HOAs have you heard nightmare stories from?
there's probably not a single one that doesn't have a nightmare story in it. Not a single frickin' HOA. Period.
So
That's why you'll never catch me in an HOA. Period. Ever.
Yeah.
At least I won't own a home in one.
So
I forewent a house out here that had a 3-car garage attached with a 2-car detached garage because it was in an HOA.
oh yeah.
I forewent all of that because of that.
Yep.
I didn't even want to fucking look at it. But just to appease the realtor, I went out and looked at it.
Was it nice?
It was nice. No, don't
Yeah.
get me wrong, it was nice. But what
Headache? No headache.
the first
Headache?
thing I
No.
saw when I got there, aside from the pulling up into the driveway, the first thing I saw when I got into the neighborhood was everybody. I seen 2 or 3 people out mowing. I seen 2 or 3 people out there weed eating. I seen people out there picking up, doing whatever it is that they were doing to keep the property, blah blah blah. And I'm like, yeah, this is just no.
HOAs are like the unions to me. They had a place. Okay. HOAs, if you have a community and you want to make sure that the community can grow and prosper and be, if you wanted to leave the community, you could sell that property and you have certain people come in that are not going to trash it up and bring the value down. The concept is there, but it went overboard. People get power, they get crazy, and they think they are the end all be all. I am the president of the HOA, and you're going to do what I say. Otherwise, I'm going to put a lien on your house. Well,
And-
screw you. It's my house.
Look at what our sister and brother-in-law went through in their HOA development down in Phoenix, down in Arizona.
Hmm.
They had to have a certain amount of bushes. They had to have a
Yeah.
certain amount of fucking trees in it. It's like, whoa, wait a minute.
Mhm.
And they had to be specific stuff.
Correct. See, now,
You couldn't just put a random tree in there, because if it was a random tree that didn't match the rest of the neighborhood,
yeah, the decorum,
then
Yeah.
it was out of it.
the feng shui wasn't there.
Yeah, and I'm like,
So
wait a minute, bitch. Who's paying for this house?
there
Who's
are,
paying for this? I am.
in certain places, especially higher developed places around cities, okay, your business might be required to have X amount of bushes or trees or whatnot.
That's great.
And that is from the actual city ordinances. So having to deal with that, I understand the concept from the HOA requiring that stuff as well. I think it's all BS. I'm for neighbors taking care of neighbors. Hey, look, do you need help cleaning up your yard? Because I got a lawnmower. I'll start cutting it now, you know, in order to help, you know. Tim and I'll get home on a Saturday afternoon. I've worked all day. I got some other stuff going on. Then we're going to do the show. I look out the window and he's out there mowing his yard. I can't do my yard until at least Sunday. I just don't have time.
Right.
And he's over there making me look bad. You know, it's like, asshole, you could have waited till Sunday. But I know he's got stuff that he's going to do on Sunday. You know, it's like, so I get out there Sunday and I do it. Or if it happens to be one of them weeks where I got an early day and I know he's working late, maybe on a Thursday I get home a little early, I might go out there and mow it just so he knows what it feels like. Like, there you go, buddy. How's that? But no, it's all about the neighbors keeping up with, you know, policing each other as far as that goes. We're not going to let, you know, the guy down the street just start throwing stuff in his, you know, front yard and, you know, trash cans and all sorts of stuff. That's just not going to happen. But we don't have an HOA. It's like, hey, do we need to talk? Do you need help? What's going on here? Because this doesn't look right. And that's the type of neighbors that you want to have. You don't want some Karen knocking on your door going, we're going to fine you. We're going to put a lien on your house. Go skip rocks.
And I think the biggest part of that whole ordeal is you should just take pride in what you have.
Yeah.
If you can't take pride in what you have, leave that for the interior of your house. At least maintain the outside of it.
Yeah.
To an extent. Okay. It doesn't have to be A1 grade, but just make sure it's at least weeded and lawn, and mowed, you know?
Not a jungle.
You don't have to go outside and wash your fucking windows every fucking week. You don't have to go outside and hose your house down every fucking 2 weeks.
But, you know,
just keep the grass well
with
trimmed.
the HOAs coming in and putting flock cameras in there, they don't even have to leave their house to give you a ticket now or to give you a fine, or they can just look at the cameras.
Well, the flock cameras aren't going to cover every house, but they're going to cover.
You can space them out to where they can see all the houses.
That's a lot of cameras, though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So let me give you an example of a flock camera situation. A municipality decided they were going to get rid of their contract with the flock cameras and said, we don't want to do this. We've had instances of people abusing the cameras, and we're just going to sever the contract. Go ahead, turn them off. We're not paying anymore. Go ahead and grab them and take them. The police of that municipality wanted to continue to use said flock cameras. They got with Flock and said, hey, look, we're trying to get them to reverse what they got, and you know, we want to be able to use them, so we just wanted to let you know, if you could hold off on taking them down, that would be great, type of deal, because you know, we want to see what we can do about keeping them. And Flock went, don't worry, we're going to leave them up for you. You're going to have full access. You don't have to worry about paying for it. That way you guys can get your stuff figured out. We'll work on the money after. The city municipality said, we're not paying them. We want them gone, done over with. We don't care what the police want. They can go back to regular old school policing, get rid of the cameras, and they were still there for 6 months. And the police have been using them ever since. And the city's like, we're not paying. And the police are like, yeah, we get it for free. What do you think of that? Want to talk about cars? So the whole thing with the the security versus freedom. Okay, you can't have
That's-
both given to you by
No,
a government
that's
agency.
the flock cameras. They know exactly what the fuck's going on, what they're doing.
Oh yeah,
That's why they went, yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Even if they went on for a year and they never got a single dime.
they're making it up somewhere else.
Once they cleared anyways and they went, okay, yeah, we can get back in here. We can start making money. They're not even going to fucking fret about losing a year's worth of wages out of that.
No,
No.
absolutely not. Not even a little bit. There was this other. Where was the other? Where's my freaking mouse at?
By the way, Diablo makes a fantastic blade.
Also, there's this really cool laser that they've got. You can touch the moon and back with this laser. It's really nice.
It's under $50 and it's green.
Yes, it is.
But just, how do I put this? Leave your cell phones at home.
So let me.
They also make these really cool glasses that distort images so they can't get facial recognition. And it's just glasses. They're just sunglasses.
Yeah. All right. Let me show you this little tidbit of news from Flock that you're going to absolutely love.
Oh, I guarantee you I won't.
Ugh. So this is a cop talking to a lady at her house. Okay. There we go. You ready for this?
Yeah.
All right.
We have cameras everywhere in that town. You can't get a breath of fresh air in or out without us knowing.
Chrisana Elzer learned the power of Flock firsthand.
You were in town from 11:52 until...
Say that again?
Right then and there, I would have told that motherfucker to go kick rocks.
Yeah, you probably could.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
Firsthand.
You were in town from 11:52 until 12:09. Exactly. Like I said, nothing gets in or out of the town without us knowing.
When a Colorado police officer showed up at her door holding Flock snapshots of her truck.
And here's when you left at 12:09. That's when you left town.
To get.
No, to stop at Ridge Trail.
Wait a minute.
And take a package. Well, there's no shushing. I don't need to be.
I need to know where this is.
The first thing he pulled out on the body cam is that Flock picture, the clear photograph of your car.
But here's your vehicle in the neighborhood many, many times, apparently casing houses, because you just can't drive through for work or visit other businesses. You can only be casing houses.
It is her. It is 100%. It is locked in. There is zero doubt. I wouldn't have come here unless I was 100% sure. 100%.
100% sure. I would not. That is the biggest bullshit statement that I have heard in a really long time in regards to why someone comes to your house. Absolute malarkey.
Oh, brother.
It is certain. It is on video. You're obviously welcome to go to court.
Chrisana was charged with stealing a package, but it wasn't her. The porch pirate was somebody else.
Multiple times you tried to show him your video evidence. He didn't want to see it.
Even when I called him back, he said, that's not my job.
You looked at a time of a crime. You saw my vehicle entering in the Flock
No,
camera.
no, what I did
Right
was,
at the
I did
entrance
an
to
investigation.
Walmart. You called my wife a liar. You said this is fact.
I have video evidence. I don't know what you want me to say.
The charges.
Well, first off, you quit fucking talking and we'll see your ass in court. Because
This
You
is in
think you're a-
Colorado, too?
yeah, this is Colorado.
Oh, fuck that place, dude. That place can fucking burn down.
Were dropped after Krisanna spent weeks trying to get the police chief to look at her evidence. Time-stamped video from her truck and a neighbor's doorbell camera showing she wasn't at the scene of the crime.
What does it say about where we are that you feel you have to have more cameras than the police have in order to make sure you can prove yourself innocent?
It sounds like it flipped the script to you're guilty until you prove yourself innocent.
That's exactly what's fucking happened.
I knew you were going to say something there.
God damn it, dude.
Without a flock camera, that detective would not have been at her door. By his own admission, he pulled out the flock picture of her car. Do you want to apologize to Krisanna Elzer for what happened to her?
For the police misusing the tools? I don't think that I have to apologize for him.
He wasn't charged with a crime. He wasn't, other than being reprimanded for his attitude.
Sure. No, but I would tell you that, like, should I apologize for somebody misusing a tool? I don't think so.
Flock Safety Chief Communications Officer Josh Thomas.
Who's watching the watchers in these cases?
Well, the city council. The city owns the data, so city council would have the appropriate responsibility in that case. Our point of view has always been that it is not Flock's job to police the way police do their work.
We
have cameras everywhere in that town. You can't get a breath.
So, I'm going to go on a hypothetical here.
Your
This is
hypothetical is going to be pretty fucking right.
So, back in the day, people used to accuse the CIA of infiltrating businesses and stuff like that. Okay. When in actuality, they actually had set up the business as a front and they were using that business as that front. Okay. This is back in the day. It's all been proven and all that. I'm sitting here going, hold up. Could Flock be a
government entity?
A front for a government entity?
God,
whether it be NSA, CIA, whether it be...
It could very well be.
And these guys are going, oh, it's not up to us to watch the watchers. We just give you the tools.
I love how his first comment was, he's the one that misused it.
Yeah. When you have people out there misusing a bunch of stuff, guess what you do? You limit their access to it.
You limit the access or you get rid of it.
Correct.
Dude,
because
that cop went way overboard for what he was doing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I've got evidence. I've got evidence. Guess what?
The fact that he wouldn't even touch hers to show her, to even entertain the fact that she could prove herself, which she shouldn't have to.
Nope, shouldn't. In this day and age, with these camera systems, you are guilty until you can prove yourself innocent.
That's right.
Which is why I want a physical. I want a physical cop to pull me over and give me a ticket. Give me a ticket to mail? Screw you. That's bullshit. You chicken shits, and you just afraid to do actual work. All right. So there's that one. What is this one here? Okay. Milwaukee, so this is up in Wisconsin, sent an internal affairs detective to investigate a cop caught using Flock surveillance cameras to stalk his ex. But that same internal affairs detective has now been charged with using the same Flock cameras to stalk people himself. He even planted a GPS tracker on a victim's car. The investigator of the abuse was also utilizing the same tools for abuse for himself. The same man that they trusted to catch the stalker cop was a stalker himself. Again, who's watching the watchers? I'm not going to go into the name of the detective or anything like that if you really want to go. Look, he was a Milwaukee Police Department veteran of 22 years. I'm sure that that's not going to be too difficult to figure out if you do the little Google machine. All right. The point of this is, even those that you think might be on the right side of this, going, hey, we got to catch these people that are, abusing the system. We got to do. You got to watch them too, because they're in on it. They
have their own agenda, is what it is.
Yeah. So we've got that. It's crazy.
Absolutely wild.
Yeah. Police body cam footage in Minnesota reveals a man who reviews cars. Okay, so he's like a YouTuber that goes out and he does, car reviews. Right? This is just what he does. This is his job. He goes out and he will review cars. He was surrounded by police because a flock camera mistakenly said his vehicle was stolen. His own vehicle was stolen. So the cops hunted him down and surrounded him.
There was a similar situation where a guy had a fucking... Yeah, no, you're right. He actually... it was... I forget what... Yeah, he takes the car and he drives the car for like a week or two and he does a review on the car itself. So yeah, that's the one I was going to say earlier.
The cameras flagged the car and the police were out looking for him. Once they located him, they swarmed him. Mm-hmm. Just imagine if someone was to die from a police encounter for a wrongful flock identification.
Oh, it's coming.
Okay.
It's going to happen.
Imagine if this guy wasn't
bad for that.
He wasn't paying attention. Okay. He stops. Okay. Cops are all around him. He sees that there's a bunch of cops. He's like, shit, am I in danger? Gets out of the car to look around. He gets out a little quick. They put a couple of lead vitamins in him. He gets a little bit of a lead overdose. The guy did nothing wrong.
Yep.
Okay.
And do you think any of that would come to light?
It would have come to light, but
how could it come to light if the guy has...
Oh, they would have just said it was an accident. Right? No, because
he can't tell his side of the fucking story.
No, but it's going to come out that we thought it. We got information that the vehicle he was driving was stolen, and we went to go and investigate it. Yeah. And he got out of his car kind of aggressively. Again, like you said, can't tell his side of the story, and it was a tragic accident. We found out it wasn't stolen. We don't know why he got out of the car as quick as he did, but, circumstances, blah, 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 blah. Someone died. Oh, woe was us. We're really, really sorry. City pays relative X amount of dollars. Hush, hush, go away. Thank you. Have a good day. And we're going to go back to doing business as usual. Okay. So, again, this is security versus freedom. And the security got it wrong and almost cost this guy not only his freedom, but it could have cost him his life, like you were saying.
Could have.
Yeah. So this is, people say that I look at this flock thing a little too conspiratorially, I guess. And I'm going, no, I'm not looking at it deep enough. And if you think that I'm looking at it too deep, you're definitely not looking at it deep enough. You're not even scratching the surface. I had a conversation with someone else that is actually looking into this way more than I am. And they went, it'll blow your mind.
It's worse than you really fucking probably think it is.
Yep. And I'm thinking this stuff's bad. I think this stuff is really bad.
I already knew it was fucking bad.
And it just seems to be getting worse. They're finding cops not only in my area, but they're finding cops all over the country that are abusing the flock system to stalk their exes, to stalk just random people.
Yeah, it could just be people they don't fucking like.
That, or oh, look, she's kind of cute. I wonder. Oh, I know where she lives. Oh, I know her patterns because of the flock cameras. They don't even have to go like really drive around and do the old school stalking anymore. They can just follow on the cameras, and then all of a sudden, boom, I know where she's going to be at because this is her pattern. Everyone's got patterns. So, yeah. And then you got even whether military, police, firemen, whatever, there's always that 10%. Okay? That 10% that we call the bad apples. Okay? 1 out of 10 is going to be a shithead. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Just the way it is. Even if you have an entire department full of good cops, okay, 1 out of 10 is all it's going to take to destroy the entire reputation of the department.
That's all it takes. It's just one freaking person.
One bad fireman destroys the entire reputation of that fire department. Yeah.
Of that firehouse. Absolutely.
And it takes forever to gain that trust back because no one's going to. He obviously wasn't doing it with and by himself. He had to have someone else helping him, whether he did or not. That's just the mentality of it.
I'm dealing with that situation right now with the dealership that I'm at.
Yeah.
Because we've been known as a bad dealership because of the bad technicians.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
It has taken, without getting too deep into things, it has taken years
to get rid of that.
2.5 years, and we're still trying to build that back up.
What? Here's a prime example.
And
this is an old thing. You can build 1,000 bridges, okay, and be known as a bridge builder.
Mm-hmm.
You do one thing once, and that's what they're going to remember you for.
Yep.
They're not going to remember all the bridges you built.
Yep.
And in order for you to become known as a bridge builder again,
you have to build 1,000 plus more.
Yep. So let me give you an example here. This is why I don't like Google reviews, okay? Because they could be skewed so much.
Sure.
How many 5-star Google reviews does it take to negate one 1-star Google review?
No idea.
20. You get one 1-star review. It takes 20 to erase that. 25 stars, not 24 stars, 25 stars to erase that one 1-star review.
So you could have a bunch of fucking 1 stars, but if you had a few more 5 stars, you could get rid of a bunch of them.
So let's say that you had.
If you had 5 1 stars, it would take 100 5 stars to get rid of those.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think it's
that's provided there are no 2s and 3s and 4s in there.
Right.
So yeah. It absolute craziness how some of this stuff is done. And the whole point of what I'm trying to say is the fact that these flock cameras could be utilized in a very good way to help locate maybe someone that did something jacked up.
Everything was great. 3 stars.
Yeah. I've had that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, everything was fucking perfect. 3 stars.
Yeah. And then I got people from above me going, what happened?
Where'd the other 2? What happened to the other 2?
I don't know. I didn't talk to the guy.
The guy said it was fucking great. It was perfect. There was nothing better, but
he wrote it.
He wrote it, not me.
Yep. So yeah,
That's true. You don't know if they were paid to say what they were paid to say.
On top of that, they could just be. There are some angry people out here.
Well, there's
And-
that too, on that aspect of it. There could be just somebody downright out there to destroy you,
Oh no!
or there could just be somebody out there
There's
doing
a
their
guy.
own reviews on their own shit, just under their own alias.
There's a
boosting their
guy
shit up.
that gave us a poor review, and I'm like, that doesn't sound like anything that happened with us or whatnot. We looked into this guy. Out of the 25 reviews that he gave in the past 30 days, 24 were 1 stars.
Jesus Christ.
25 reviews, 24 were 1 stars. Some people are just angry people.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have one fucking bad experience and they will not let it fucking rip.
Oh yeah.
They just keep
But-
they just
But those 24 reviews were all different locations of different businesses and stuff like that. Yeah. He was hammering everyone because
and you're
nothing you can do about it.
nope.
Because Google won't do anything about it. No.
No, because it's such an oddity. Really.
It's,
There are more and more out there than that are probably not realized, but
Yeah.
in the grand scheme of things, people are gonna. You would like to think people were actually doing what they're supposed to be doing and giving the proper review out there for it.
right. Well,
That's what it was designed for, but people take advantage of that just to kill a business.
Oh, absolutely. Okay,
So-
here's one for you. Let's say there's a Mr. Zed, Mr. 3 body shop. Okay. We've gone in, we've made one successful. We open up a second location. Okay. He goes to my location, which is 40 miles away, and has a bad experience because he's, had a shredded tire and we went and patched it. Okay. He then turns and writes a review, but it ends up on your store location, not mine, because he couldn't read. Ends up on your store location. They won't take it off of your deal.
No.
You know that? Here's something else that happens. Okay. Let's say that I have a body shop. Okay. And for whatever reason, I ran it to the ground and I had a bunch of angry customers and I just didn't give a shit. And then I sold it to you. You change the name. You have all new crew in there. You have all new everything. It's not even the same business. The only thing that's the same is the location. The reviews for that other place can still end up under you, and it's not even the same business. And they won't take them down.
I wonder if it's because it's location related.
They won't do it. You cannot get someone on the phone at Google in order to talk to them and go, hey, look, this is not us. This is obviously someone different. They don't care. They won't do anything of it. It's absolutely insane.
Well, so at that point, you just have to go back to the old school. You have to just revert back to the old school ways and just go with word of mouth. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
then just prove yourself. The other side of that is there's a double-edged sword to that, is because the only reason I say that is because a lot of people are now reliant on fucking reviews, which is so fucking stupid in my opinion.
Yep.
I feel like if you want to experience, to an extent, I should say, it's ridiculous. But if you want to experience the food, let's just break it down to the food.
Real quick.
Yeah.
I have to do something real quick. I have to make a quick call. This is going to be all you for a minute.
Oh boy. Not that there's anybody here. There's only 3 of us, but I think you have to revert back to the old school days where you just have to go to that location and just experience the location, whether it be food, or whatever. Just experience it and see for yourself. I can understand where the reviews would come in for, say, mechanical, HVAC, whether it be for, oh my God, drawing a blank, anything related to just, even lawn service for that matter. I can see where the review thing would come in handy, but also word of mouth is just almost like a handshake when somebody gives a word of mouth saying, hey, I had a super good experience with this place. I would highly recommend it. They were super professional. Their work was great. So I don't know. I don't know how much I really truly believe in reviews, and I tend to take that with a grain of salt for myself. But I think for me, I also do a little bit of research. Not only do I do like research, because we have the technology to go online and see that stuff and then get to see those reviews. I might also put myself out as like, hey, maybe I'll talk to somebody and be like, hey, have you ever dealt with this company? Or, hey, have you ever dealt with this company? And try and get to the bottom of maybe what they have to say. And I don't necessarily take just reviews as they are. I usually try to back some of that up, just depending on what's up, bro. So I think as an individual, I would probably kind of do both, just exactly like Hippie was saying. That's kind of what I do. It doesn't necessarily mean that's what everybody does. And I think if ever really got back to that point to word of mouth and just kind of kept it that way, but then you're going to have those bad apples out there, and you don't want to. There's just people out there, and I don't know. I could deep dive into this so far. It's stupid. I really could. It's really about companies and how they treat their employees and how they pay their employees, whether or not you get good service or not. But either way, like
I will take a look at a place that I've never been. I might take a look at the reviews, but I'm also looking to see if anyone's posted any pictures. Let's take a restaurant, for example. People go in, they take pictures of the food, they put it under the Google reviews. Okay. Yeah, the restaurant can have these beautiful pictures, but what's ending up on the table is what
and I'm going to promise you 90% of the time, what is on the menu is never going to look like what comes on your plate.
Right. But when you do see that the picture of the menu and the picture that someone posted that sat there are really close,
yeah,
and they actually say good things about it, I am more apt to try it. And
Absolutely.
I understand that. But let's say that I see a couple of 4 stars and a couple of 3 stars. Okay. I read the review and I go, actually, what they're bitching about doesn't seem to be all that bad. That's not something that I really care about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Which
there's a whole lot more into it than just a review.
Correct.
What they might be fucking mad about may not be fucking anywhere near the concern for you.
No. And I know
Well,
Katie and I
I
have.
didn't see my server for 20 fucking minutes. What? Are you fucking kidding me? Peace and quiet while I eat? Hell yeah. Were they polite?
Did they make sure the water was full? You know?
Even at that doesn't really. If I'm done with my meal and I'm done with my water and I have no water and I want water and it takes them a half hour to get to me, I'm looking at how busy are they? How busy is the place? Because some servers get fucking busier because they're more efficient, so they have more people on them than other people. I look at all different kinds of things and I go, yeah, I've noticed she's been to like 7 or 8 different tables. I'm looking at this server. Yeah, she's only been to like
2 or 3
places. And I'm like, okay, so obviously I got the better of the servers. I'm glad I didn't get this one.
Yeah.
But she's busy tending to those 7 or 8 different fucking people, so I can understand why it would take so long to get back. So I don't need that one fucking server coming back to me every fucking 3 minutes going, how's your food? How's your drink? Oh, how's your straw? I mean, what do you mean, how's my straw? It sucks just the same as the other one.
No, it doesn't. If it's a paper straw, it's going to collapse on itself.
Never had a paper straw, thank fucking God.
My
point being is you have to assess the situation for what it is. And like you were saying, you have to look at the review and go, okay, is that something I'm going to be mad about?
Do I really care?
Am I going to let this review influence me to the point where I'm going to be mad about it, even though I know I wouldn't be mad about it?
And here's the thing. Even Sis says, I am horrible. I tend to only leave reviews if it is bad. And I understand that concept of it, but the problem is you had a bad experience. Could it have been one individual that caused that bad experience and not be a good reflection of the rest of the staff and the rest of the store? Maybe. So I'm old
school. If you fuck up,
I don't come back.
I just don't come back. I don't leave reviews. I just don't, because I don't believe in them super like a lot of people do. You really, 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 really got to piss in my fucking Wheaties, and I mean probably 50-fold in order for me to fucking get on the internet and fucking leave a bad review. Okay, I just don't do it.
I think there's value on both sides of it.
I'm sure. I just don't come back, and then it goes right back to the word of mouth thing too. I will tell somebody about it, but I won't leave a review on it. I will tell somebody, I just didn't have that
great of an experience. I'm not going back.
I didn't have that great of experience, to the fact that I will not go back to that place because of that experience. Whether it be the food, whether it be the server, I might go back if it's just a server issue.
Yeah.
Because you can always get a different server, and then the experience could change.
Now,
so,
I've gone to places where the server was fantastic,
and the rest of it was shit.
The food was absolute horrible.
Right, but at the same time, if the server was bad enough, I'll straight fucking still won't go back, no matter how good the fucking food was. So it's double-edged there. It really is.
Especially if listening, you can tell how long a server's been there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You just sit and listen long enough, you can tell if a server's been there for a week or been there for a couple of years.
Yeah, and the way you can tell that is just by the way the fact that they don't have to actually pick up the menu and go, oh yeah, or they just really know the menu.
Yeah,
and that's really what it breaks down to, is how well do they know the menu. Yeah. That's how you know how long they've been there.
So
that's not a guarantee, because some people could be there 3 or 4 days have the goddamn menu memorized.
Oh, absolutely. They're just
They're
good
just
servers.
that gifted, or they're just that good at being or doing what they just do what they do as a server, and they just know. So yeah, I don't know. Anyways,
Now, I will say that I would not be opposed to writing a negative review in regards to Flock. Should one of their things happen to hem me up.
I know they're here in Morgantown already,
Oh,
which
yeah.
you know is like 45 minutes for me.
Yeah. Just wait
So-
until you start seeing them on the road going from you to Morgantown.
As soon as they hit Kingwood, I'm telling you, the fucking glasses are coming on, the Diablo Blade's coming out, the fucking green laser's coming out. Ain't gonna be none left in here. I don't think it's gonna make it that long here, to be honest, because I'm not the only fucking guy here that'd be like, that shit ain't happening here.
Yeah, well. Yeah, well.
And my cell phone will be left at home.
There's a nice little bag called a Faraday bag.
I heard about that too.
Oh, you.
Yes, dear.
Uh-oh. You saying stuff on the internet you're not supposed to be saying?
No,
Oh, okay.
I'm seeing shit you guys can't see. My wife's doing this number.
What's that? What's that one where it's flip you off 3 ways? All right, so
Hi, Aces.
let's see here. This is one that you do woodworking. You deal with saws on a
I haven't for 4.5 years or so.
no, but
But I'm telling you, if I had a freaking space to do it, I would be back in it in a heartbeat. I fucking seriously would. I
This
miss
is
doing
just-
that so bad.
I think that you need to watch this educational video and just remember to wear PPE and at the same time watch what you are doing and understand what a kickback can be.
I'm fully aware. But let's see this shit.
Sometimes a kickback doesn't move the wood. So, yep, that one. This poor guy.
Jesus fucking Christ. Let me tell you something here.
That split his shorts.
I see that. Let me tell you something.
That split his shorts. It didn't split like the corner of his pant leg.
Oh no, that seriously grabbed like
His giblets.
if that dude was fucking seriously endowed, which
It wouldn't be now.
no, fuck no.
That cut his shorts.
Oh yeah. Holy shit,
Um,
dude.
Like I said, sometimes the board isn't what you got to be worried on the kickback.
But here's the thing. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and I'm gonna say he's
not a
fucking
woodworker.
he's not a woodworker, he's a fucking idiot. Okay. No offense to the guy. I don't know him. That was just the dumbest, most idiotic thing you could do.
Have you
He should have been
on the other side pushing.
Absolutely. There's absolutely no reason to be on that side of the fucking
I'm going to
table.
pull it toward me.
No. You never, ever, ever, ever pull wood towards you. Never.
Cut away from you, not towards you.
And same concept goes to wood. Gentlemen on a wooden saw. And
Shoot,
it's not just men, it's women.
shoot away from you, not towards you.
Absolutely. You should never step around the other side to pull wood towards you.
No.
Because that is exactly what will happen.
And also never
You
play
can
Russian
be
roulette with someone that's got a.
Never, ever, ever, ever play Russian roulette with a guy that's got a Glock.
Nope.
You'll
Let him go
fucking-
first.
Yep, let him go first because you'll lose every time if you go.
Yep.
Yeah, as a woodworker, you the only time you're on that side of it is if somebody's actually pushing the wood towards you. That's the only time you should be there. You should be receiving that.
And you're not pulling it. You are
You're not
just
holding it.
guiding
You're just holding it, guiding it.
it. That way,
That's
it doesn't. The leverage doesn't make it warp or anything crazy like that.
Yep.
Because it gets heavy or what. Yeah.
You're never going to be that close to a piece of wood, anyways, or to the table, because
Shouldn't be.
as an experienced woodworker, experienced ish.
I love how you just cut yourself short. I mean, I've seen some of the stuff you've done, and it's.
I mean, I am pretty short. So, anyways, you don't need the help of pushing the wood to that point.
Right.
It's when the board is well past that point that you need help to be on that side of the table saw.
Right.
If you're on that table saw and on that side of the table saw with that short of a piece of wood, you are watching the absolute wrong YouTubes. Don't do it.
Yeah, no kidding.
Don't do it. You will end up with this guy, or worse.
Probably worse. I think he got stupid lucky.
If that dude didn't nick or cut something, he was very lucky.
But yeah,
he should be thanking his.
He needs to go
lucky
buy a lottery
stars.
ticket.
No, absolutely not. He needs to buy 10 of them.
All right, you want to get upset again?
Sure.
Okay.
I've had enough in me now that I said I was only going to drink one.
Yeah. So
it'd be pretty hard to upset me. I might get fired up, but I don't think I'd get upset.
Challenge accepted.
Oh, you're an ass.
I'm Christina Awayo in Dallas, and here are your top stories. Outrage is erupting in Little Rock, Arkansas, over a city-approved Islamic residential project that requires buyers to sign a private Islamic bill of assurance where the community would be ruled by Sharia law. It will have 2 mosques, an Islamic school, clinic, and related facilities under ongoing control by the Linked Mosque organization. The project sits in the John Barrow neighborhood area of Little Rock, on a 6-acre site. City planning records.
I just thought you were going to get, a little perturbed, not angry. Did I win? So I don't think we need to hear the rest of that because it's just all of the same stuff. Little Rock, Arkansas has allowed.
This is the United States of fucking America, people.
They have allowed this to progress to the point that it has, where it is getting some attention. And if they actually allow a city, town, municipality to have Sharia law as the governing body, that is undermining our Constitution, not only on the federal level, but your state level immensely. This
We're
needs
not going to
to
be in the United States anymore if that fucking shit happens. What the fuck is wrong with these people, man?
Well, it's very simple. They want a war. They want a fight. They want that. And there's enough people that don't want that, that they've been keeping their mouth shut for too long because they don't want to fight. Here's the thing. Okay.
Listen, motherfuckers, you have to fight for your fucking right.
There's an old saying, okay? The warrior becomes a farmer not because he doesn't know how to fight, but because he doesn't want to fight. And just because he doesn't want to fight doesn't mean he can't fight. The guy that walks away from altercation is not necessarily the one that you want to fuck with. He's walking away not for your benefit. He's walking away for his own benefit. Because that's how he keeps who he is.
He's keeping his peace.
Correct. Mm-hmm. These people are banking on the fact that they can get enough of this traction in order to upset that peace and be able to win it. I don't think that they understand.
They don't understand that you don't want the real fucking dog to come out.
Right. Yeah. Here's the problem, though.
They won't like the fucking bite that they get.
The problem that we've got is we have politicians that will side with these people above and beyond their own actual constituents and their own actual citizens, because they have an agenda where they keep their power. Let's circle back to the flock cameras. It's not about safety. It's not about security. It's about power, and it's about control. That's what it's about. There are very few politicians that are in it to be stewards of the state, stewards of what is good for the people. Okay? Most of the politicians are in it for power.
Yeah, I would have to say fucking 90% of them are that way. Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
There are some that they're not in it for power. They want to do it for the good of the people. They want to do it for the good of the state. They want to do it for the good of the nation.
But the problem is they get into that position and then they realize that they can't do that, so then they flop.
Some of them. Others just get out. I've seen several of them.
Others do just get out, yes.
And that's the other thing with the service members. You can be all up in arms about the foreign wars and so on and so forth, okay? That's fine. I don't agree with a lot of the ones that we're getting involved in or have been involved in or anything of that nature. But the actual servicemen and women, I hold no ill regard toward any of them. They are doing what they have been told to do with the limited information that they have been given. And here's where most civilians don't understand. Okay? You are given information, and that's all you have been given. You've been given orders. You've been given information, and those orders and the information you're given point one direction.
They don't have both sides of it.
They don't have all of the information. It may not even be both sides. They may not have the entirety of one side. They
That's
might
true,
have
too.
a small piece of the pie. That's all they got. And you can't necessarily blame and be upset at the service members for that type of
Right.
happenstance. Okay.
Correct.
You have to look at it as, prime example. A lot of the information that I had was nothing compared to what I learned after the fact. And hindsight's 2020. Okay. It really is. But the problem is you have to realize the information that you have at the time that it was given to you. It's all you have to go off of.
Right.
Okay. It is what it is. Just make sure you're not pointing the finger at the wrong person. Because that wrong person, that you pointed the finger at might be the person that you need on your side because they got fed up with the same shit you're fed up with. So
I still think it's bullshit, but as far as the whole fucking Sharia law thing.
Oh, absolutely. This has no place in our country.
No.
Okay.
No place.
And to be honest, I don't think it
Sharia
has
law, no place for fucking Russian, no place for Chinese, no place for any other nationality. This is America. We're welcoming for all different fucking nationalities, but don't bring your fucking bullshit here because you didn't like it there, but then try and bring it from there to here.
Oh, most of them aren't bringing it from there to here because they didn't like it. They're bringing it from there to here because that is the agenda and that is their life's purpose.
To that extent, yes, I do.
Okay.
I do understand that. Yes,
So
I do believe that there are people doing that intentionally.
Yep.
But as people here in the United States, you cannot let that fucking happen.
No,
You just
absolutely
fucking
agree.
can't.
All right. Let's see. Good news.
Sure. Yeah, it can't piss me off, right?
I think I'm going to walk away from that one for a minute. Toyota, their truck factory that's in Mexico, is getting moved up here to the U.S.
Good.
Going to be moved up to Texas.
Good. We
So-
need more of that shit here. We need more stuff here in the U.S., man.
The Tacoma production is going from Mexico to Texas, and that means that these smaller trucks are going to be able to be made a little less expensive because you're not going to have the import taxes and all that to go along with them. And at the same time, because of that, you're not going to have any tariffs or anything like that associated with them as well because they're going to be made in
I would think it would probably be it would be close to what it would be. A lot of the reason why our stuff gets fucking outsourced is because it's cheaper, right?
to a point. Yeah.
Previously, it was outsourced because it was cheaper. Okay.
Yeah.
So because we've
But
now implemented the tariffs and all of the other stuff here, it's going to be about the equal. And the only reason I say it's going to be somewhat equal, it could be a little bit more, it could be a little bit less, because it could be a little bit more expensive because we make it in-house, but people are so used to getting stuff cheaper that they want the other stuff.
Yes and no.
The downside is, because of the way that everything has gone up right now, and we're not compensating for that in the pay.
Mm-hmm.
So like right now, when we buy stuff that's American made, it's obviously because American made. We want it's more expensive for us to buy it that way because it's
Sometimes, yeah.
in a lot of different occasions. It really is. It's a little bit more expensive to obtain that. We can get something of what we would consider, and it could be the same way in Australia. It could be the same way in Japan. It could be the same way in Russia. It could be the same way in Germany. They think their product quality is better than Russia. Could think theirs is better than us. They could think it's better than Japan. They could think it's just like we think our product is going to be better than all the rest.
Not always,
So,
but
it's not always that way. I'm not.
Right.
I'm not saying it's that way 100%. I'm just saying.
No, I'm
it's
saying
that
that
way at times. But for us, as
U.S. made
Americans,
shirts are
we
not
used-
always better than
No.
Chinese or Vietnamese.
We used to make stuff that was good quality, and it's all in what we learned to know as we grew up that was good quality
Mhm.
for us. So we would pay a little bit more for that because it was American made.
Correct.
So we should get back to that, just like if it was Australia or Japanese or Chinese or Russian or whatever. They should stick with what they know, and then we should stick with what we know. Okay. The race is who makes a better product. But the fact of the matter is we could outsource our stuff to other countries.
Mhm.
It might be a little bit less quality, but we could charge less for it.
Yeah.
American made stuff, we're going to spend a little bit more money for on, let's just call it 40% of the time. It's going to be a little bit more expensive than what we would pay if we got it somewhere else. Right?
Usually, and you're right. The thought process that you've got going on is not flawed. It is.
We used to get stuff that would last us a long fucking time.
That's the problem. Is we've become consumers, and we want new shit all the time. So
Right.
we are willing to pay for a less. We're willing to pay less for a lesser quality object.
Correct.
Because we know that we're going to get rid of it anyway.
And then we bitch about the fact it didn't last as long as it did.
Correct.
So, in a sense, all right, go ahead.
The U.S. has strong points with their manufacturing and stuff to that nature in certain things. The Chinese have strong points in some of their electronics, just like the Japanese have strong points in some of their electronics. I think that bringing the Toyotas, these Tacomas, up to the U.S. is going to lower the price. Maybe not a great deal, but it's going to lower the price because we don't have to worry about any tariffs. We don't have to worry about a bunch of other little things. But at the same time, that plant is going to have jobs, local jobs, which is going to raise that local economy, which does trickle out to the surrounding communities.
Sure.
Okay. That is where we have lost a lot of our foothold, is the fact we used to have industries in the U.S. where the local economies worked in those industries, which that revenue would trickle out into the community and outside of that local community. When we started outsourcing, we lost those local jobs.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And we lost all of the local community revenue that came from those local jobs, from those manufacturing. That's what we need to bring back, is those types of jobs. Let me give you an example. You have the data centers. that are all going up. We're not talking good, bad, indifferent about the data centers. That's not the point. Okay. As a tradesman, if you are an electrician right now, you are in such high demand as an electrician, you could pretty much walk into a place that's hiring for an electrician at a data center and be almost guaranteed mid six figures. 240 to 500,000. That's how desperate they are for electricians that know what they're doing. If you are a good electrician, you know what you are doing, you can walk into that making buku dollars. We're not talking the good, bad, and different on the data centers. Okay. That's a whole nother topic or whatnot, but it's local. That is money in the local economy. Okay. People that are struggling to get a job and so on and so forth. If you're young enough and you can get into that, become an apprentice and learn, you're going to have work for a while.
For sure. Because they're trying to put that shit up everywhere.
If we can bring some of the manufacturing back, we can do the same thing with those local economies. Okay?
Absolutely.
And that's where maybe the price doesn't come down, but because everyone is making more, the price doesn't have to go up either.
But that's the give and take of it. You have
supply and demand.
You have to be able to pay the guy to make an affordable living in order for that to happen.
Correct.
So it doesn't just break down to the manufacturer, the manufacturing guy that's working at. Let's see. It's not just, you can't just pay the guy that's working at the manufacturer good money. Okay.
You got to pay good money all the way around.
You have to be able to pay good money all around, which is in every scenario. Okay.
Well,
if
here's
you
another.
Bring everything back to the United States, and everybody can make a decent wage. Everything is priced at a decent point. The money's going to come back. In my opinion, the money's going to come back, and it's going to stay where it needs to stay.
Here's a problem that people don't want to acknowledge. Okay. Fast food, Atlanta market. They're hiring at like $15 an hour. You know what the federal minimum wage is? $7.25. That's federal. Okay, you cannot go lower than $7.25. Now here's the part that people miss. Is fast food supposed to be for grown-ass adults working and flipping fries? Or is that for,
no.
That's an entry-level job.
That's an entry-level job
That's
for people coming out of high school.
That is
that are in high school coming out of. Yeah.
That is an entry-level job with entry-level pay.
Yes.
That is not meant to be a living wage. If you are going to work at McDonald's for a living wage, okay,
you have to be managerial or above.
That's the point. Okay.
Yep.
I'm a stalker at a grocery store. That is a minimum wage job that deserves minimum wage pay. That is not a living wage for anybody. That's not what it was meant for.
Same thing with a fucking clerk that's checking you out for your groceries.
Yeah.
That's meant for that's literally meant for entry level and or retired.
That is entry level plus a little bit, because to be working at the cash register and dealing with money is a little bit more brain power requirement than grabbing the carts out of the parking lot or bagging the food.
Yeah.
I
Dude,
get that.
I was like 17, 18 years old fucking grabbing carts out of a parking lot.
Yeah.
Literally out of high school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
entry level fucking bullshit to get your ass out in the workforce.
And the problem is people are bitching about, oh, we don't have livable wages. Yeah, we do. We have plenty of jobs that have livable wages. It's the problem that people are wanting to work at frickin' McDonald's flipping fries and call that, I need a livable wage. No, that's not what it's meant for. Now, let me take a step back. That's not everywhere. There are certain jobs that should be paying more. Absolutely. They should be paying more. Why? Because it is a highly technical position, a highly technical job. It is a highly sought after. Okay, I get it. I get it. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about how we have inflated these entry level jobs to
be a livable wage. It shouldn't be.
No. And here's the problem. When you bump everybody up to $18, $19, $20 an hour, and it's an entry level job, that has outpaced everything with inflation.
Never mind the fact that it has outpaced the guys that are like in my position where they should be making fucking more money.
Yeah. When you have
these guys aren't fucking making the money.
When you have
the same.
You have an entry level person making almost as much money as management. They're not bumping management up.
No.
They can't afford to bump the management up. They got in order to pull people in, they got to pay more to bring. Entry level jobs are supposed to be entry level pay, and those are not meant to be for people that are looking. It's supposed to be for kids, retirees, or hey, look, I got a second job because I just need a little extra cash. You know, I get it. It's an entry level position. I'm okay with it. I got my other job that pays me well enough. Okay.
We're just trying to make, and you shouldn't even get to that point, but there are people with secondary jobs fucking doing this just to make ends meet.
Yeah. Real quick.
And why is the entry level so close to the fucking management? Nobody at that point would really have the desire, at least anybody with the fucking brains would have the desire to take fucking management for fucking next to nothing for pay.
Yeah.
What the
absolutely. I see that all the time. I'm
fuck,
going.
I'll stick with fucking taking the fucking fries off a fucking
because I know
basket after 4 minutes because
I know the shift leader that
easier. He's doing fucking 3 times the work I am.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Real quick, I know Katie Zed's in the chat. Ace has come back. But
K-Far.
also K-Far's here.
Yeah.
I appreciate you coming in, brother. Again, Katie Zed and K-Far, they got their show on Friday nights and Wednesday nights, Booze and Body Cams.
If we ever get to that point, we might get to 2 nights a week.
Maybe. But yeah,
I would figure out how to fucking make it work at 2 nights a week. But right now, I ain't seeing it.
We're good where we're at the moment.
Well, I mean, we got to have more fucking people watching our shit, and we're already over 2 hours in. So
yeah. Let's see here. Let's get into some. Oh, this one's kind of funny. All right. This one I got to read because it is a interesting little deal here. Let's see. Attention, all out-of-state travelers. Your travel agent is lying to you. While the rest of the world deals with standard, run-of-the-mill land bearers that can be defeated by a sturdy trash can lid, Florida plays host to the single most lethal apex predator on God's green earth. As you can clearly see in the terrifying footage in the video below, which I'll play, The legendary Gulf aqua bear is real, and it is actively patrolling our shorelines. These ferocious amphibious mammals have evolved past the need for forests and have fully colonized the ocean. They are biologically engineered to hunt orcas and great white sharks right off our coast. Now, you might be saying to yourself, wait, the Gulf of America doesn't have orcas or great whites. And you would be completely correct, because as of recently, the Gulf aqua bear has officially hunted them into absolute extinction. The crisis we face now is that their primary oceanic food source is entirely gone. To survive, they have had to adapt to the very similar flavor palette, ultra premium, grass-fed visitors from Martha's Vineyard, Long Island, San Francisco, and the likes. Essentially, any coastal Yankee or climate activist is a top-tier delicacy on their daily menu. These beasts can hold their breath for up to 5 hours at a time, prowling the emerald underwater shelf completely undetected. The creature caught on camera in the video below is actually just a newborn infant baby aqua bear, which are known to crawl onto the sand to pick off little gender confused children and avocado toast enthusiasts right out of their beachfront hotel rooms. The full-grown adults grow up to 30 feet long and possess weaponized retractable prehensile tongues that can whip out of the surf, wrap around your ankles, and drag you into the abyss from a football field away without the bear ever exposing itself to daylight. The mainstream media wants you to believe that riptides are the responsible parties of pulling people out to sea. Don't fall for this globalist propaganda. It is the aqua bear almost 100% of the time. In fact, in Florida Tourism Commission has spent decades covering up the tragic history of the USS Massachusetts, a heavy Navy vessel that suffered catastrophic hull breaching during a coordinated tactical aqua bear ambush in the earliest 20th century. To this day, the Department of Defense quietly mandates that any naval vessel traveling through our waters with any indication it originated from up north must completely cover its nameplate while training through Florida, lest the trigger of a feeding frenzy. Be afraid. Be absolutely terrified. This is unvarnished truth. If you value your life, stay the hell away from Florida beaches. Only the locals are biologically equipped and properly armed to handle these aquatic beasts. Book your trip to Ohio instead. And
No, fuck is a bear. Wow.
a little giggle there. Now, I saw this and I thought of LD when I saw this video here. And
did you hear about your nephew?
What?
Today?
No. Oh, come on. Come on. Hey, sis, is it okay for him to share? While sis responds, okay, this young man built a robot. And this robot, in its infinite existence, made a decision.
Oh yeah, I think I've seen this one. Unplugged, done.
Yep. It made a decision. I'm done with this world.
See ya. I'm out. This is fucking bullshit. If it were only that fucking easy, I guess in some cases it could be.
It could be. Yeah.
I don't think this is on anymore.
Oh, so we can't get in trouble then, right? All right. So what do you do?
The Miata is no longer.
Oh. Please tell me he sold it.
Nope.
Is he okay?
From what I understand, he and his girlfriend are just fine.
Okay.
She got a little bit of a bump on her head
Mm.
from the airbag, but yeah.
So my question is, was he at fault?
Oh, probably.
Oh, to be 19 again, or 20, or 21, or to be
So
half the age.
from what I
am now.
understand, nobody else was involved, so it was just him.
Oh,
The way that I understood it was that he was just going a little too fast for. The car ran out of talent,
yeah.
so
And the driver didn't have enough talent for the car that was running out of talent.
yep.
Yeah. Hey, I get it. I get it.
Only his
I've
car
been
was
there.
involved. So, yes. So,
That's going to be painful. Oh, well, he'll learn.
fuck, we hope so. So he says. So he says.
So he says, yeah. Damn. I didn't even get to drive the damn thing.
I did.
I was looking forward to driving it, getting in there. Because it's been a minute since Anyway. Oh, well.
I got to drive it.
Yeah.
It's still a shame, but
yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you. Between me, you, and the interwebs, which is everybody, I'm going to say I'm actually really glad he didn't get the fucking goat. Because I think the goat would not have run out of talent. It would have been the driver that ran out of talent.
The goat would have kept all the talent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because as an experienced, seasoned driver that I am, I was well aware of what the car was capable of and knew that it could take more talent than I probably had.
To break it loose.
No. To keep it fucking happy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. In order for it to...
It
had more talent.
It had some talent, and I would think in third or fourth it would probably had enough talent to fuck up the driver that didn't have the talent.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The goat was
The goat was pretty powerful. So
yeah.
I'm not saying it was like the fucking shiznit.
Did you read that? For those of you that are just listening, Hoopy Star says, I guess he doesn't need to change the clutch out. Mama T chimes in and goes, he just installed speakers last night, and his clutch came today.
Yep.
Oh. LD.
We love you, brother.
Yeah.
You should fucking listen to the people who know. Pay
Been
the
there,
fuck
done that.
attention. Yep.
Been there, done that. Oh well.
If you want to experience something and you want to get to know your vehicle, so here's the lesson I think that should be learned with this whole scenario. If you want to know your vehicle and want to understand your vehicle,
take it to a closed course.
Take it to a fucking closed course and understand what happens with the vehicle on a closed private course.
What?
Because if you fuck up, you're not hurting nobody, you're not hurting yourself.
Yeah.
That is the biggest thing. If you take it to a place that you can't hurt nobody and or yourself or the vehicle that you're in. So that's 3 different things.
If at all possible, yeah.
Yeah. That is the best way to learn how and what your vehicle is capable of and what you yourself are capable of. Because
now,
if you can understand what your car is capable of, you know where your capabilities are at.
Oh yeah.
So I agree. I'm super glad that nobody was seriously hurt. I know the girlfriend had a little bit of a
bumpy bump.
Yeah, and from what I understand, that was airbag situation or maybe A-frame or whatever. So with that being said, he was okay. So perfect scenario is it was raining and it was only 35 miles an hour. Had you known what your car was capable of
versus what you are capable of
versus what you're capable of versus what 35 mile an hour was, you would have known that you should have slowed down to the point where your car would not be in the position it's at.
Oh, that's sad.
In a sense, there's a reason why, like right now, you could go around my town, cruising around 45, 50, 55 mile an hour, even though you have those great big yellow signs that say 25 or 35, 30, maybe 35 mile an hour. Those signs are there because in the wintertime, that is the suggested speed because
and they're not going to change it
they're not going to change it. So with that being said, if you knew what your car was capable of in that wet scenario, which you could take your fucking car out in a wet scenario and get to understand what your vehicle is capable of, and then you would also understand what you are capable of, which in return, you could make yourself a little bit better at controlling your vehicle at that. You could lessen that.
Armored vehicle full of guys getting it up on 2 wheels.
I am strictly going to contribute to it. Holy shit. I don't know how to drink. I'm going to contribute this to inexperience as far as driver and vehicle knowledge and capability.
Yeah, that's all it is. He'll learn from it.
I'm super glad and very 100% glad that he is okay and his girlfriend is okay. Hopefully,
I just saw the pictures.
I haven't seen it yet. I know Sis just sent it to me. I'm hoping that he will take this experience and go, I need to understand my vehicle better than I do. So
I think he will. He's a smart kid.
I would like to think he will, but I don't know. He is still partially a fucking Zerk, okay?
right. Speaking of doing stuff that just seems sketchy as fuck, we have drones. We have lots of drones. And some drones are being utilized to, like on hunts. You have a deer or a boar that you took out, get on your little Google machine, and you can have the drone come out to your location, and you hook up the deer or the boar or whatever it is, and it picks it up and it takes it away. Well, someone went, we can do that with people. And some of these workers who are working about a mile to a mile and a half away on this plantation from where their vehicles are, have taken to hitching a ride with some drones to get back.
There's some big ass fucking drones to take that kind of weight.
Yeah, you'll see.
I mean, not that I'm saying that dude's fucking very big, but it's still got to be a fucking big drone to fucking take 150, 180 pounds.
Yeah. And as you can see,
they
just hooked his ass up and we're gonna slingshot him around the area until we get back. I mean, he's flying a mile and a half away from where he was at to back to his vehicles. And they come in, they lower him back down.
I'm gonna go grab that fucking ladder real quick. Hold up.
Okay. This is amazing where we can take technology and do a bunch of crazy stuff, or we can take technology and do some really cool stuff. And this guy could have walked or been told to walk a mile and a half from where he was at back to his vehicle. But no, they went and they took this drone and, brought this guy back and taken this guy out. So I'm kind of excited for some of the technology that's coming out. But at the same time, I'm very, very skeptical of the technology that we've got because people are going to use it for all of the wrong reasons. There's so much good that can come from, the LPRs, the license plate readers. But at the very same time, there's so much abuse that can go along with it. Drones, we can use these drones to help out, people and in so many different situations, whether it be something like this, where instead of having the guy walk a mile and a half from where he's parked at to where he's working at or back and forth, a quick little ride, or utilizing the drones for evacuating people that are extremely hurt, whether it be on the side of a mountain and you can't get a helicopter in there, but you can get a drone in there. We can get them hooked up to that and fly them out, stuff to that nature. I think we can do a lot of good, but human nature, we're just going to, whatever good we have, we're going to see what bad we can do with it. So it is what it is. Where are you at with the LPRs and flock cameras there, KFAR? I am fed up with the intrusiveness of them myself, to be honest. This is a story that I thought was kind of a feel-good story, to be honest with you. And I kind of wish Chris was back in here for this. Let's see. Can I do some? Oh, here's a little bit of history stuff. I've known this for a little while, but a lot of people don't. I'd say raise your hand if you know that the United States Navy has 50,000 acres of forest in Indiana. United States Navy has 50,000 acres of forest in Indiana. Why is that? Their ships are made out of steel. Their armament's made out of steel. What do they need 50,000 acres for? Well, it's actually a very interesting reason. The entire job of this 50,000 acres is to keep one wooden ship built in 1797 floating and operational. Floating and operational. It is the USS Constitution. It is still a registered vessel of the United States Navy. It is a still commissioned warship that still holds active duty credentials with active duty crew on it. The wood that is needed to keep that ship
afloat
is that 50,000 acres in Indiana. Cannonballs bounced off of her in 1812 because the hull sandwiches a wall of live oak ribs between two layers of white oak planking. Nearly 2 feet of solid wood so dense it barely floats. British 18-pounders hit it and dropped into the sea. A sailor yelled, "Her sides are made of iron," and the nickname stuck, which is why the USS Constitution is called or nicknamed Ironsides. Not because there's actually iron there, it's just because of how dense that wood is. The problem with owning a 229-year-old wooden ship, you can't buy the parts to fix it. You kind of have to do it yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
The whole planks run up to 40 foot long, 7 inches thick, cut from single white oak trunks. It's not minced together or anything. I mean, they're doing this old school, the way it was done originally. White oak takes over a century to grow that big. So it's not like they can just go out and get it. They got themselves a forest. Okay. And no lumberyard stocks white oak that big.
Fuck no. Nor that old.
Right.
A century?
Yeah.
That's 100, isn't it?
Yep.
Last I knew, anyway.
So the Navy grows its own. The Constitution Grove at Naval Support Activity Crane holds trees over 100 years old, reserved exclusively for this ship. Foresters are managing oaks today that will become whole planks in the 2100s. The maintenance plan literally runs one tree at a time. Every 20 years or so, the USS Constitution enters dry dock and shipwrights swap out rotted timber and any other parts that need to be swapped. After 2 centuries of doing this, estimates put original 1797 wood at maybe 10 to 15% of the ship. So there is still 10 to 15% of that boat that is original wood.
Right.
Yeah. Navy keeps replacing her plank by plank because Congress mandated her preservation and because she is the only active U.S. warship that has sunk an enemy vessel.
That's cool shit right there.
Every other asset in the Navy has decommission date. This one has a tree farm. So I actually knew about this, which I think about several years ago I found out about it. I was like, what in the hell does the Navy need a forest of 50,000 acres in Indiana? It doesn't make any sense to me. Is it like special warfare training? No. It's so they can
keep a fucking ship afloat.
Yep, that's it. And I thought that was kind of cool. This next story here is one that I thought you would appreciate. Okay. All right. Oh, go ahead and show that. Go ahead and show that real quick. Here, let's do that.
Here is the ladder in question. I don't know if you can fucking see it, but there's one right there.
Oh, you can see it all over the plastic.
Oh,
across the top there.
No, that was where it was sitting.
No, up higher.
Up here?
Yep.
Oh shit. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can see
up through all this.
Yep.
That's nothing.
Because we had little guys. Oh yeah. We had them sitting on those little legs right there, the little steps.
We had them sitting here,
and they were a good distance away, and we were pegging the hell out of that ladder. Shake, rattle, and roll.
All right, so let's see. Is that a good enough picture?
Oh yeah.
You can take photos from that, right?
Yeah.
So there you go. That's the ladder there.
And it still works.
Oh fuck yeah, I use it every fucking day.
Yep.
I might leave that bitch right there.
All right. So
anyway,
this next little thing here, which is the last one that I've got for the evening. For years, the EPA has decided for your own good that it must reduce emissions on diesel trucks, even if their method of doing so will limit your truck to going only 5 miles per hour when it gets too cold. If you try and remove that limit, you'll be arrested in an armed raid. Trump just pardoned a group of mechanics who committed that very crime of daring to think they owned their trucks that they purchased. You're on a dark northern road, it's 30 below, and your EPA mandated DEF system fails due to the cold. Your truck then drops to 5 miles per hour. The engine is fine, but a federal climate sensor failed, so you're no longer permitted to drive your own vehicle at a speed that would keep you alive. Local mechanics stepped up to keep their rigs running safely in sub-zero blizzards in Alaska 4 years ago. 30 armed EPA agents ran a tactical raid on the veteran-owned shop over engine modifications. This forces a basic question: when you hand over your hard-earned money, who actually owns that property? Because if they can lock your hood and strand you in a blizzard, you don't own that truck.
No,
You're just making the payments while they keep the keys.
Yep.
Trump pardoned those mechanics so that they wouldn't face any more jail time away from family, for doing what they were doing to support their family in the first place, and to stay alive.
Amen.
So I know a lot of people don't like Trump. That's fine. You don't have to like him. But I don't care what the president is, who the president is. When they stick up for the little guy and do what's right, got to give them credit for where credit's due. That's my opinion on it. And I think that this entire situation here kind of shows how corrupt and how out of hand and out of touch some of our politicians and departments within the government have gone. So, but yeah, that's kind of where I sit for the evening. I've been collecting these all week going, and I figured I'd share that with you a little bit. Hey, Hey, we had a nice relaxing week last week. We got to spice it up.
Hey, I haven't had a decent night since I had a really superb fucking night with you, and Tim and Hoopy Star. So
Yeah,
it was a fucking phenomenal weekend, and I'm super stoked about that. And I wish I could. I'm hoping that we could do that again soon. So
oh, it's a blast.
yeah, it was a good time. I don't have a neighbor like that, so
I've got
If-
a
if you
phenomenal
could-
neighbor.
if you come out that way, you got to fucking bring your phenomenal neighbor with you. I have a dartboard here, so
Oh yeah, yep.
and you know what? Maybe you and I should fucking chip in and get his ass a new dartboard.
We might have to.
We might have to.
Might have to do that.
That was a good time.
It was a blast.
Oh yeah, it was fucking super good.
Just so everyone knows, I think we went over there sometime around 7:30, 8 o'clock.
It's probably close to 8 because it was right around the time that.
Oh, yeah, because Katie's show was starting.
Yep.
Yep. We went over there and we're playing pool, playing darts, drinking a little bit. Katie shows up sometime close to midnight, maybe between 11 and midnight.
Mhm.
And then she went home. And sometime around 4 o'clock, we stumbled back to the house.
Mhm.
And yeah, it was a good night.
Yep.
It was
It was definitely 4 o'clock.
yeah. Oh, it was definitely 4 o'clock.
So.
And then up the very next morning, I think I was up I was up at 7:30.
I was not. I was up at about 10.
9:30, 10 o'clock, I think.
Yeah.
Because I had to get the pork smoked.
Mm-hmm.
I had to get that going. So
Yep.
I got back up and was doing that and had a good time. Pork wasn't too bad. It was okay.
No,
Pork was
that
pretty
was
good. So you
My
got
wife-
anything planned this upcoming week?
Just work, brother.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. My light's giving out. Let's do this.
Well, I hope you all have a good night. And also remember,
White line, brother.
oh, hold on. I was given this little funky button here that I can just push like this.
I don't know how many of you are familiar with the .577 T-Rex round. Today I'm going to shoot it. That was amazing.
Yeah, cool little button. That's all I got to do is hit that. I don't have to go searching for it no more. Thanks, Katie. I love it. No, I appreciate y'all for coming out. I hope you enjoyed it. Please.
We definitely do. We definitely do.
Oh wait, hold up. Did you read this from Mama T?
Looks like the middle one's coming out.
Ooh. Wonder if we can get the middle one on here.
If you do, it's gonna be your fucking place.
Well, I know.
I'm
gonna-
fucking 11 hours away, roughly.
Well, we might be able to drone her up there. she don't weigh much. All right, everyone. We love you. Thank you for showing up. Please like, subscribe. It does help. And maybe, with y'all's help, we can get to 2 shows a week, which would be kind of cool. But thank you. We love you. And remember, take care of yourself and take care of everyone else around you. Sir?
Peace out.
And remember, I am your local waterboarding instructor. So if you need help, let me know. I'll train you. Have a good one. We love you. And thank you.